play the old footage because I was busy sleeping. I couldn't record new footage.
We've been living and breathing RE4.
I've beaten it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and this morning was the only morning I didn't beat it.
Damn.
And I got to play it on the Series S, and then I beat it on pretty much every console.
I played it on the Series X and PlayStation.
Why is the VRR broken on PlayStation? I'm not VRR, HDR. Why is it broken? It won't turn on.
Yeah, I don't know.
That happened
there's
for you,
flashing
right?
lights. Yeah. Well, I couldn't adjust anything, and then I thought it was just like, because I was on my monitor. My monitor has HDR.
Yeah,
but then
I was on the Sony TV, and I went to the PS4 Pro while we were streaming, and it turned HDR right on the PS4 Pro.
That's weird.
Well, I want to say this. Hello and welcome to Game Complainers, episode 485. I'm your host, Barry.
Co-host Anthony.
And Frank.
And tonight is RE4 night. All right, go ahead.
I saw they posted something. People were saying the lights at the bottom of the screen, like you were going to say, and they tried to fix that on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's a broken mess.
A lot of broken PlayStation things.
I think I spent almost probably 60 or 65 hours, maybe 70 hours on the Xbox Series X version. And yeah, we've pretty much been playing RE4, and I don't know anything that's been going on because RE4. So RE4 and RE4. No. Yeah, this game's awesome. It sold 3 million copies in 2 days or something like that. Pretty fucking wild.
I remember when Halo 2 came out, that weekend it sold 2 million copies. And that was like the biggest.
Yeah, that's a fucking
that
was the biggest entertainment launch. Yeah.
That showed the film industry games are making money. Box office.
And they can be told cinematically, kind of like a movie. Because you played Halo 2, you're like, dude, this is like a fucking movie,
We got Alchemist in the chat and Dreadpool in the chat. What's up, guys? Go ahead, Anthony.
What's up, guys? Oh, no, I was just saying, no, that it's great sales. That, again, everyone was anticipating this game. Probably the highest, the fastest selling game, I think, this year so far that's been released. Because obviously you have Zelda coming out, so that's going to be another hot seller.
We'll talk about Zelda later.
We'll talk about that. I know that's on the docket. I know. I saw all the shit, but yeah. So I guess if you want to start with RE4, I guess we'll talk about.
There's a game that's bigger than RE4. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And we're gonna start the night out with that.
All right. However you want to go about it.
This was just released this week. The Last of Us on PC.
Oh man, we're starting off hot and heavy with this shit.
Let's check out these beautiful screenshots.
Yes, Perry actually has them lined up.
The glitches are so ridiculous.
You might as well just start with this because this is
shout out to Iron Galaxy for destroying a beautiful game. Dude, what is this? What is this picture of Ellie right here?
On my list,
it looks like someone rubbed their ass right on her face.
Yeah. It's like diarrhea. On my list,
are they appearing on an episode of Gumby? I mean, what's going on here?
Oh no!
I have this listed as just Last of Us PC mess because that's literally what it is.
This is like The Last of Us on PlayStation 1.
So,
I don't know how they managed this.
What happened?
Something went horribly wrong.
Iron Galaxy should just be ousted from the industry at this point.
Is that's the thing. I was streaming this day that everything
got
dropped.
Cheese doodle eyebrows.
Yeah, what is that? I was streaming professional mode and Liquor Sandwich was like, I literally got a refund within the hour, and another person got a refund in the chat. 2 people got a refund, and I didn't know what was going on.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? All Sony games do not have DRM. Do not buy them day one. Download the cracked version, check it out, and if you like it, buy it. This was one of those instances. I didn't buy this for Returnal, and I didn't even play Returnal yet, but apparently Returnal is really good as far as porting. But this one I didn't buy either. I downloaded this shit, but I didn't even play it yet. And there was a patch today which I also got. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell anybody here.
These screenshots are just
Don't
crazy.
buy these games until you find out who develops them. If it's Iron Galaxy, stay away. Stay far away. The only good game they made was Killer Instinct on Xbox.
Usually the ports are pretty good, but not this one.
Who we got in here? We got Trainwreck. We got Liquor Sandwich.
Dude, I can't with these.
You can't
I'm
what?
sorry.
Yeah, what?
These screenshots, like.
We got Richard here. Richard, you want to check something out? Why don't we show Richard? What's up? It's The Last of Us on PC, Richard.
Not the spaghetti hair. Oh no.
Okay, that's not all you got. Where am I going here? Here we go. You know what? We'll blow these up one by one. This way the whole chat can see. Okay, so
I don't know why it affects their eyebrows. Like all of them have screwed up eyebrows.
It's like the hair particles are fucked.
Well, the hair
it's like
it's like The Last of Us for PS1.
The last of hairs.
Oh, there's the spaghetti hair. That's my favorite.
Are those glitches? No, that's what the game looks like. Here's Ellie. It looks like someone rubbed their ass right on her face.
Oh, no.
It does look like straight diarrhea when you look at it.
It looks like diarrhea in her hair and her eyebrows.
And then she took the diarrhea from her head and smeared her eyebrows with it.
Man, I don't know what I'm doing here.
This game is old too, and they still can't get it to work.
Man,
what am I doing here?
They had to
trying to
fuck
control
this one up.
This is like The Last of Us on PSP or PS1 or something. Like what the fuck?
They had to fuck this one up.
The game actually, yes, the game has the most negative reviews on Steam right now.
Yeah. And they're posting stuff like nothing ever happened, and their whole comment section is like, yo, fix it.
So
by the time
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying by the time I was streaming that day, Naughty Dog put up the "We're sorry, people have been having issues on PC," like within that like 5-hour window. So that's pretty bad.
Man, I can't believe she's got fucking cheese doodle eyebrows.
I'm just watching these images pop up. It's just amazing.
Dude, that looks like straight up fucking Gumby diarrhea type shit. If Gumby had diarrhea and he shit, that's what it would look like.
That's like if you bought the game and you tried to play it on like an old graphics card from like 20 years ago.
Trying to play it on PS2.
And Sony thinks that Microsoft's going to sabotage Call of Duty, huh? Sony sabotaged their own game.
Yeah, they're doing a fine job sabotaging themselves.
Yo, Sony, pro tip, fire Iron Galaxy now.
Immediately.
You got Nixes. They make the best ports, man. What are you doing?
All those other ones were fine.
What the fuck?
Cheese Doodle Ellie. Imagine what Last of Us 2 is going to look like. Maybe they'll fix Abby.
Oh no, she'll have the macaroni arms.
Macaroni and cream cheese arms, right? Macaroni and cheese arms. We got Stevie Mac here. We got Eli here. We got Richard here.
I like how the PS5 version of this shot back down to 40 like something bucks after this, like just to rub it in, like yeah, bitches, you'll buy it.
Well, there you go. There's The Last of Us PC release.
Now, when
of course, all the Sony guys are like, they did this on purpose so that you will go out and buy a PS5. It's like PC people are not running out to buy a PS5 to play one game.
When I was looking at these, a lot of the comments were like, well, the game was made for PS5. So it's like, oh, your 4090 shouldn't be able to run it because your crappy little PS5
I saw some dude that was like, oh, well, you know, you have to be forced to play it on greatness. You have to play it on greatness.
Is that what his mother said to his father? Oh, you got to play me on greatness here. These people, man, it's so stupid.
Like people are just gonna play it on their PC, man.
Yeah, they're not buying a PlayStation for one game.
No. And
especially with no multiplayer.
Patched. They'll wait for it to get the patch, or they'll just get the pirated version to play it because it's single player anyway.
But does it have HDR? Yeah, it does, and it keeps crashing because it keeps hogging all the resources of the game. I think it was using like 8 gigabytes of VRAM or something. Like it's destroying your computer.
Holy shit.
Your computer just goes on fire if you try to
I'm
play
shocked
it.
it doesn't turn people's computers off.
Well, this update that was launched
Zero
today
reason
was
the fucking
to
game released the way it did. Literally zero. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And they delayed it a month. That's not
says
cool, man.
this update was to improve stability and performance, and the team is working on
When is
more
someone going to
improvements,
update the stability and performance of Iron Galaxy themselves?
such as stuttering and poor load times. It's like, yeah,
And it runs at like
And-
20 frames a second.
and issues related to shaders, which is why this looks like,
You know, Uncharted, I
failed
bought it on
art project.
PC, and that was the last one I bought. You know why? Because of the shaders. I'm sitting there for each Uncharted game. You got to sit there and wait an hour for shaders to cache.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm like, I downloaded the game. Why didn't you just include it in the game?
and with this, it's like it's installed and it still has a problem. Like it doesn't even.
It does the same thing though. You download the game, install it, then you go to it and you got to install shaders. One guy was on 2 hours of installing shaders. He's like, I can't even get a refund.
Oh yeah, I just saw a
haven't even played the game
screenshot
yet.
of the load bar. Yeah, them trying to just wait for it.
Yeah, that's BS,
wild.
man. That's
And it's still
should not
broken.
be a thing.
Yeah, and they delayed it. They delayed it.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
did.
and you fucking release it like this.
Right.
Bullshit.
I was getting 100% CPU usage, 1080p high setting with no ray tracing.
Oh my god.
No.
Joe looks like if Tubi TV made a series of the Tubi TV made the TV series and not HBO Max. So, what is the pony narrative that Xbox ruined the perfect games because it brought it to PC? Yeah, exactly, right?
Yep.
Don't worry, Dreadpool. The Series S is holding everybody back, even the PlayStation 4. I heard the Series S killed Bruce Wayne's parents. Don't
Oh,
tell
no.
anybody.
They turn down the alley and there's just a series.
It
S
wasn't
in
the
alley.
Joker in the Keaton film. It was the Series S.
Well, that sucks. I mean,
get the fuck out of here with this series. Dude, the PlayStation. I played this game, Resident Evil 4, on PlayStation 4 Pro. It looks like a mess. I play on the Series S. I'm like, great, looks beautiful. Mind blown. Yeah, there you go. Check out Dreadpool's channel. He went to a barcade and he filmed
I
it
saw.
360 degrees.
That was sick. You could spin around and see all the games and
I
stuff.
saw all the dust on a ceiling fan and everything. It was flying right on his head. And he was
That's
like, whoa.
disgusting.
He's playing Killer Instinct and it's flying on his head.
A piece of the ceiling just falls off.
I'm kidding. I'm joking around. No way Factions is ready this year. Factions could come out. It'll come out broken like that.
Yeah. they'll have shader problems and you won't be able to see anything.
It'll
and-
have internet problems.
Yeah.
I guarantee
That's
it'll
gonna
have
be the problem.
connection issues.
You know, it just comes to show that, you know, there's going to be a lot of teams that are just unreliable to port this shit. And I'm sorry, but they should be fucking, you know, they really need to be like a lot more like focused on trying to get these PC versions like up and running from the start, but you know they're not going to. So I think that once they start learning this whole like, okay, we got to put our stuff out on PC as well, like this needs to improve, you know what I mean? Like they need
have
to like
mixes though. Why did they use an Iron Galaxy?
that. I don't understand why you would give
Maybe to
them
save
that
money.
with The Last of Us. Like you would
You
think they would
gave
say,
You gave the company that destroyed Batman Arkham Knight to the point where Gabe Newell had to pull it off Steam himself. You gave those guys the Last
Yep.
of Us PC port.
we talked about that. I remember back, you know, we're covering that, and that's
Right.
just like, again, why would all these years later, almost like 10 years later, however long it was, like you just give them the keys to the Last of Us stuff,
all
and
the
you're just like,
games.
oh man, why is it Last of Us that's getting screwed over? When like this coming to PC for a lot, like many of my friends who don't give a fuck about owning a PlayStation is a pretty big deal. You know what I mean? Just to get it on a PC, just to play it, and it's just like, of course, it has this problem. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Batman PC looked better than this. Actually, you're right. It did look good. It just had stuttering issues.
I was gonna say that didn't have shaders. It was more
No.
performance.
Roblox looks better than this.
Yeah,
It is
that again,
Roblox.
failed kindergarten art project. That's what it looks like. It looks terrible.
Dude, a kindergartner could draw better than this.
What a mess.
The
Absolute
art
mess.
director's an 8-year-old.
I can't believe it got delayed. And then you also put it out the same week as
because they didn't
RE4.
want to show everybody. While you know what it probably was? They probably knew it was like borked, but they were like, you know what, man? We don't want the show to reflect on this game, or this game to reflect on the show. So save this till later when the show's over.
Push it after episode 9.
Right.
And then after
because I
episode
guarantee
9,
you, if people bought it on PC, oh, this game is crap, and then the show is still on TV, you might lose some viewers. Hey, Seuss, what's up, man? How you doing?
what's
What's
up?
up?
He's on a road trip. Go check out his channel, M3TV on YouTube. They posted their video, I think, last night.
Nice.
So, check them out over there for all your pro
Yeah.
wrestling needs.
Yeah, there's just like, I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I think that need to change with these PC ports dropping like this going forward, because if you're trying to put this shit out, day and date eventually, this just can't be happening. And you can't have these idiots handling Last of Us. They definitely shouldn't handle the second one, because that's going to be coming out in a
I want to see the second one like
edition.
that. I want to see Abby, what Abby's going to look like.
With Minecraft arms.
Yeah. They're going to be, oh my God, it's going to be that scene where they're banging and it's going to be like,
Yeah,
all
what is that
spaghetti.
going to look like?
Yeah. That's
Square
that's
ass cheeks.
yeah.
There's truly going to be diarrhea in that one.
That's the thing. I and that will happen because like we said before, they're gonna do that for the second one again and put it out on the new consoles.
I think the second one's coming out this year.
Yeah,
on
so
PS5 and PC.
do you think they'll release them closer together this time, or they're just gonna wait? As far as the PC,
Either they're
port?
coming out this summer or they're coming out next summer with the second season. But I think it's coming out this year on PS5 first, and then PC when the TV series comes out.
They'll be assholes and wait until the second
I think
season's
so.
done.
I think they're going to do that. Even though Naughty Dog released a statement saying that they're going to release their games. They're going to develop the PC and PlayStation 5 versions at the same exact time now. Which means it might be close to the day and date.
Yeah.
Because why would you wait for it,
Especially
I'm surprised
something
they
I
like
guess
that.
Dreadful
Right.
said, I guess Halo Infinite wasn't so bad after all before they delayed it. Well, here's the thing with Halo Infinite. It's not a bad game at all. It's just they never updated it properly and they're not supporting it. And everyone fell off. And it's
That's
like,
the thing too.
Microsoft, that's your biggest franchise. How are you going to let that thing just die?
Yeah, you're not making it the poster child anymore. You're not making Master Chief the
After
the
it
person
came
on the
out
box.
and it flopped, they were like, put Forts on the box now. It's like, what?
Yeah. It's like, why are you doing that?
No. Chief needs to be on that box until Starfield comes out. Okay? That's my opinion. I don't live in the UK. I'm not in Europe, okay? I'm not fucking flying fake cars around all day on my TV. Okay? I know they do that in Europe and that's cool, but sell that shit over there. I live here in the United States of America. We want Halo on the box. I don't want a car from another country that's more money than half the fucking houses on my block. You know what I mean? Microsoft needs to get with it. Chief needs to be on the box. And they need
I agree.
Fixing that game and make that game better.
And I think Infinite is a good example of, the gameplay being, top notch in terms of how it needs to feel and how fast it is.
Yeah.
Because, I was talking to my buddy Dave about like the stuff about like how fast it is compared to the older ones. Like if you go back and play MCC and you play the older ones, you realize like how slower it is. And I feel like some people just prefer
when you run in Halo
the
Infinite,
faster one.
It's weird because when you run, it's like the screen does like some sort of ghosting.
Yeah.
And that's why I turned the camera shake off. I was like, maybe it's this camera shake thing. No. This like ghosting thing is always present. And it's kind of annoying. Where the other games, it's not like that. Even 5 isn't like that.
Right. And 5 had that a little bit of that too, that more like faster pace kind of feel, and they kind of took that and made it for so I think gameplay, it's fine. It's just the story that lacked, the lack of co-op, and like you said, lack of support that just made people kind of bored. Like I would still probably play it if my friends got on or if we got on or something to play, but like even then it's like how long?
They could fix it, but they got to get on it. Like I know they're working on stuff now, but
Right.
and I know the new season just came out, but it hasn't generated really much as far as
Interest
getting
since then,
the big
yeah.
player base back. Last of Us Season 2, count your fucking days, says Jesus. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, right? John Cena's playing Abby, I heard, right? That's the big joke on the internet right now. Another mistake is that, says Trainwreck, is that the game released the same time as RE4. Yeah, but RE4 was going to kill it.
Yeah.
Give Scissoring a new visual when you think about how Minecraft people walk. Wow.
That's so
Very
messed
cool.
up.
I meant the original showing with Craig and Halo Infinite before they delayed it. You know, I didn't have an issue with that, but a lot of people did. They had to do what they had to do. But we didn't know how much of what they weren't doing. So, there you go. Yeah, brother Jamie, what's up? Liquor Sandwich. I'm so soured by Infinite. I don't think Liquor Sandwich doesn't like anything Xbox. Tell me one thing you like about any Xbox property, Liquor. Hi, Anthony, says Kama. Hi, Frank. Kama, how you doing, man?
What's up, Kama?
Is he eating a burger tonight?
You better be.
Quinn Grimm. Are there playable brutes?
Dude, I've been waiting for that since Halo 3.
I was gonna say, yeah, Halo 3
Halo
was
2.
We're not getting
Halo
that.
3.
Ever.
Going back and playing Halo 3 though, like it still holds up with the like updates, they put on there.
Mickey Rourke was tagged to play Abby. Stevie Mac.
Not Mickey Rourke, leave him
Richard's
alone.
Jamie on the Yukon XL. It sounds good to me, man. I love Gears of War and backwards compatibility. I'm still a fan of Xbox. Don't get it twisted. Well, you hate the controller, you hate Halo, you hate everything else that they do. What am I supposed to think?
He said he liked Infinite.
That's not what he said.
He put 1,000 hours.
Infinite.
Well, he put 1,000 hours into it. You know what I mean? He played it. At least if you play it, you can judge it. You know what I mean?
Was that 1,000 hours of he left his computer on and
trying to connect to a match?
Part of Halo Infinite's problem is that they still support Master Chief Collection instead of moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That should have been cut off like the minute Halo Infinite came out.
I mean, it's still fun to return to, but
it's a catch-22 because Master Chief has the big player base. And Microsoft is like, how do we move them to Infinite? But Infinite's not ready to move everybody from Master Chief over. So they're like stuck. If you shut down Master Chief, you're going to lose all those people, and they're not going to Infinite right now.
Right.
So how do you keep those people and get them to go over there? That's their biggest challenge. And you know what you do? You make a better fucking game. That's what you do. I like the gameplay, but everything else was terrible. I'm clanning for the game so many hours. Well, they gotta work on it, man. I mean, we're not gonna sugarcoat it here. It's a good game, but it needs support.
They should just start
by Halo down.
Maps.
They got Halo down, but they don't. They got Halo the story down a little bit, but they don't have the whole picture.
We didn't need an open world Halo. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We did not need that.
The people,
at all.
343 doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with Halo. They have to understand Halo to get it going.
Yeah.
And the leadership there previously didn't understand. As much as they fucking said they understood it, they didn't understand shit.
They apparently didn't understand shit.
From fucking 4 to Infinite, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'll go along with it because I like Halo, but what is this?
It lost its flair after Reach.
Infinite kind of brought it back a little bit. Like it's starting to get there, but then to stop. It's like in WWE. You start to push a wrestler. It's like our big buddy, Bray Wyatt. Oh yeah, push the Fiend. One day he's off TV forever. It's like, what happened? That's Halo Infinite.
Where did the 600 million go? You know? It's like...
Went right in somebody's pocket. That's where it went.
Yeah.
Gotta disassemble half the intake. It fixes to cheap. General Motors cheap BS. Don't shut it down, but give it a new game. Give the new game real support. Yeah, I agree. They got enough money to do it. It's like having two different games. You know what I mean? Like, you got Sea of Thieves. Microsoft's not gonna be like, yeah, Rare, we're tired of this pirate shit. Shut that shit down, and we're gonna give more money to this guy. They got enough money to pass around. I know they're on budgets, even though they have infinite amount of money, but it's like Microsoft. They got Halo out of the way, and they're moving on. Just like they did with Crackdown 3. They didn't want to release Crackdown 3 because they knew it was shit. They were pressured into releasing it from the fans. They released it. Everyone shit all over it, and Microsoft said, we're going that way. And they never went back. They didn't even fix Crackdown 3. They didn't do nothing.
They left it.
They abandoned it. And I don't like that. Microsoft's been doing that lately because they're listening to these Sony guys. It's like, stop listening to the Sony guys. Listen to the fans. But they don't care because we already bought the games. So they're not going to go back and fix it. But Infinite, that's their flagship. They should go back and fix that. That should be the number one priority in the whole company. They should have had a director, the guy that runs everything, was it Matt Booty, go down there and be like, listen, this is our game. We need this game better right now. And they ain't doing that. So I don't know. I think they realize no one else is going to buy it, and that's it. So move on.
For the next one, they should go back to more linear. Like Gears of War, how it had little side things.
Halo needs a fucking reboot. As much as I hate to say that, because we don't want to keep going backwards, it needs a clean, fresh reboot.
Yeah, because this is just too far.
Do like what Resident Evil and Dead Space did. Tell the story again, but streamline it.
Yeah. You
kind of know where you're going up until the third game.
Yep.
Just get you to the third game. Then from there, it'll be like 2085 and we'll all be dead. You don't have to worry about making Halo 4 remake. Okay? Done. Still wondering where that 600 million went. Yeah. It's a shame about Infinite because that potential to be better. Yeah, I know. It was really cool when it came out the first few months. But how do you not support the world's biggest game?
Just gave up.
I just love how the Chevy, blah, 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 small block remained the same from 65 to 2003. Wow.
Jeez.
Well, because they know how to make those cars. Matt Booty. Yeah, that's the guy. But they really should get on that because Halo is a great game. And it's a shame. Infinite's still good. The problem is, it's just you play it for a couple of hours and you're like...
You've seen it all.
You've seen it all for now. And then you go... It's great to go back every once in a while and jump on there because it's still fun. But to keep people engaged all the time, you know, even the new Modern Warfare, they got 2 new maps or something, right? Or 3 new maps.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I still haven't went back to that.
Two maps, I think. Yeah,
that's why I'm glad.
Remember when Call of Duty came out and you had to get the elite shit for $100, but they gave you like 85 fucking maps, and everyone's like $100 for 80 maps. It's like nobody cared. Now people are begging for more maps. And Halo's got this thing where, yeah, we got Forge, let the people create maps. It's like, no. You got to create the maps. We're not getting paid to make maps. I'm not going to sit there and make a map and share it online. I was going to do that. We want to see stuff from the Halo universe in the maps.
I don't know why they couldn't do legacy maps.
You know what they need to do? They need to go in there, gut out the people they don't fucking need, get the team, get them to be smaller, and say, here's our direction. We have a little team for maps. You guys just work on map packs. And we got another team working on the actual updates. We got another team working on the actual game.
Yeah, prioritize.
Because they lied to us. They said that they had like story DLC and the campaign's not finished after you beat it. More's going to come there. And then they admitted that they never had that stuff like ready to go, ever. So, I'm kind of tired of this stuff. Just make a good Halo game. And Infinite's good, but it's good to a point.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting the appetizer, not the dinner.
Yeah.
And you're waiting, and the waiter doesn't come back. And you're like, oh, can I get a refill?
Yeah. It sucks.
You didn't even
They
get the
dropped
main
ball.
course set. So they got some work to do over there, and hopefully they get it done because I really like Halo. I don't want it to go away. And I think maybe you got to hand it over to somebody else at some point.
Yeah, and if a reboot's necessary, then just to get it
Especially
back
now
on
that they own
track.
everybody else, right? They're gonna be buying Activision. That's gonna
Yeah.
go through probably by
Yep.
June.
Yeah, we got to talk about that later too.
We'll talk about that. Sony and what did I tell you on this podcast, everybody?
They poked the bear.
Sony was making so much noise that it might come back. Look what happened. We'll talk about that a little bit later. A lot of multiplayer games today just feel soulless and greedy. I hate this constant drip bullshit. I agree.
Yeah.
And same thing with single player too.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh yeah, Ultimate for $1 is gone. But for now, it went away before and it came back. I remember
Plus,
when it went away.
They're getting ready to roll out the family plan too.
You know why it went away? Because Activision's going to go through. That's why. They're getting prepared. When I saw that they got rid of that, I was like, because they know that deal is going right through.
Yeah.
They're getting people ready. The family plan will probably be maybe this Christmas. I don't know. Hopefully they roll it out quicker. I'm all for the family plan. There's Dreadpool with the eyeballs. Family plan. There you go. Well, I hope so, because I got a lot of people to put on there. All right. Let's get to the main event early. Kind of like Saturday night's main event. Before all the news, let's get to Resident Evil.
Yeah.
This is what was it? Velocity? Was that
announcement?
Saturday?
Wednesday night main event.
Well,
Saturday
no, like
night.
Saturday night's main event. They put the main event on first, and then they put all the other crappy matches on later.
Velocity, wasn't that on Saturday?
Yeah, but they brought back in like 06 Saturday night's main event from the 80s.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's where RVD lost both belts. So there you go.
Sunday Night Heat.
Give me Call of Duty Ghost 2, please. No.
No,
we don't want that.
No.
Japan
Hopefully,
FTC got it. So we're going to talk about that. I just hit the island. Oh, yeah? You on the beach? You wearing your mankini on the beach? RWK, this guy's Borat over here.
It's game time.
Dude, my wife had Borat on DVD or something. I popped it in for like 2 minutes. I was like, take this shit out.
Oh, I suffered through it.
I couldn't watch it.
Horrendous.
It's a piece of shit, man. Shout out to Anthony for somehow not throwing his controller into monitor in professional mode. Yeah, I was awake the other night at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and this guy was still alive. I was like, why is he alive at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I didn't want to still be live at that point, but
I didn't want to be alive. You mean online?
After playing professional mode, he didn't want to be alive.
I didn't want to be alive. I wanted to be asleep in my bed, but I was sitting there, screaming at Ashley. Yeah, it was tough. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you have to be ready for, and some things never change with Ashley. So,
Baby Eagle.
I hate that.
little baby eagle.
Why didn't you just call her Young Eagle or something like Baby Eagle?
They have code names, but then they're like the president's daughter. It's like,
yes,
all right.
We know that the eagle is the president, but they call Baby Eagle. They know who it is. Like, you don't think Salazar doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about our prisoner, the only prisoner we have on the island. That's who they're talking about.
Krauser's involved, and no one knew.
Baby Yoda Eagle.
Yeah.
Can we all please agree, for the love of God, Ashley's screams and voice are just horrendous.
Yeah. Still annoying. Like I said, that doesn't change. You know, like her mechanics might have been better because she doesn't have a health bar, but you know, she still can get knocked down. She still can get carried away. And she does help, but there's times where you're just like, dude, this is so annoying. And when you've played the part a million times, over and over and over again, it gets a little tedious. So
Jesus says
I was snapping on Ashley.
We'll be streaming all week. We'll be streaming live all Mania weekend. Well, there you go. So check them out at M3 TV on YouTube. Sign up for those alerts. Ring the bell, the cowbell. Why do you subscribe and then there's a bell and then there's a notification thing? How many fucking alerts do you need for one video? Why doesn't YouTube just have the subscription button and you're ready to go?
Because they know how bad they are at notifying the people.
Yeah,
that
well, fix your
subscribe to
fucking
content.
website, fatso. How about that?
Yeah. I
My
mean,
name
I'm
is-
not, people don't get notifications half the time anyway, so it doesn't even work.
My name's Borat. Make a modification or make a... I don't know what the hell he's saying. Yes. That is funny, though. Quinn Grimm Ashley is baby, so I don't know. Don't talk about her. What? Is Babe? Babe the pig?
Baby Eagle.
I'd rather rescue Babe the pig than freaking Ashley at this point.
Me too.
Even with the bell, they don't get the jump notification.
That's true.
How many freaking notification buttons do they need? YouTube over here. Roost, this is Commodore 1. Yeah, why'd she say Roost?
Because that's like the
She's dead
the
and
nest.
going home.
The roost.
Yeah, it's the nest.
You know, man, that's so stupid.
This is how, agents talk.
Babe the pig in Pigland. Yeah, there you
It's
go.
cool. Yeah.
You know what I love about Krauser?
to be Ashley.
While you're
from now
fighting
on.
him, he goes, I didn't think you'd make it this far, rookie. And then while you're fighting him, he goes, I knew you'd make it this far. Look at the guy that trained you, who's fighting you right now. It's like, make up your fucking mind. Did you think I was going to make it, or didn't you think I was going to make it?
You always knew you had it in you.
Did the voice actor really read these lines and not be like, yo, wait a second here. You just told me to read, he wouldn't make it this far. And then you're telling me to read, I knew you'd make it this far.
Did you know?
He literally says both. Sadler, listen, I wonder what they're talking about. Yeah, sadly, he comes off like an idiot in this game. The Alchemist with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
My review is 9 out of 10 problems. All the dialogue is bad except for Leon and Ashley. No U3. Hopefully it's in the DLC. That's what we've been hearing. I don't like some of the lore changes, especially Operation Javier being retconned. That might be DLC, man. You don't know.
Well, Operation Javier wasn't retconned. It happened.
Okay,
They didn't
listen.
retcon anything.
I want to get something straight. And this is not a dig directly at Alchemist, but it's everybody. Because we read an article before we went live about how they're review bombing this game right now. Because of changes. Breaking news. When we're all dead, they're going to remake all this stuff again.
They'll
There's nothing you
remake the
can do.
remake.
Watch the scene from Terminator, which that gun's in the game, by the way. The Killer 7.
The Skull Shaker. The shotgun.
No, the Killer 7 is from the original Terminator.
Yeah, the Killer 7. Yeah, that's in the
Watch
original.
the Terminator
RE4
when
as well.
Kyle Reese yells at the monitor. And he looks dead in the monitor and he yells into the monitor. You need to watch that scene over and over again. Because this stuff's just going to change. It doesn't matter. Like, I get you guys don't like certain changes, but you got to get used to it. They can't be like, oh, we'll go back and repatch the whole game so that this group of people likes all these changes. Like, it's done.
Well, the thing is that U3, if you actually go into the throne room, if you turn back around,
I
in the
thought
castle,
he was in the room where you get the key card.
There's a file that talks about U3. It's in the game.
Right.
So I think they're leaving breadcrumbs for separate ways. I'm sure the cage fight will probably still be there. I know people are probably upset about that not being there. The lasers were cut, the lava room was cut, the truck bit was cut, which I'm happy about. They just made it
The
that
boulder was
bulldozer
cut.
thing instead. The boulder was cut.
I like how when you fight the guy in the lake, the monster, that if
The
you get
Lago.
knocked out of the boat, you're dead. Like, there is
Yeah.
no crappy
Yep.
The Simpsons, I'm swimming back really quickly.
Yep.
Like, they streamlined all that stuff. It's like, you got to stay in that boat or you're dead. Well, they changed how Operation Javier goes down. What is this? What is Operation Javier? Listen, I play the games. I don't read all the fucking files like a nerdy guy. What's going on with Operation Javier? Is that what Leon and Krauser were involved in, or what?
That's what they were involved in Darkside Chronicles in the side mission that they wrote in after RE4.
Right.
And with this, it's still in
Uzi 9mm.
It's the Uzi 9mm. It's not in the it still happens. It still happens in the game. They are, the only two that made it out. They talk about their squad going down, and there's a file in Krauser's tent that talks about, Operation Javier. So they still have the same beat list of like, he witnessed the power of the virus, and then that's when he was envious. That's why he was envious. That's all still there. They didn't take anything out, and it happened 2 years before RE4. So instead of Krauser just being a dude that like shows up and there is no connection, which is what he was in the original 4, they went back in Darkside Chronicles and wrote Operation Javier, which was a whole segment, a chapter that you had to play that talks about, it goes into Krauser and Leon's history.
Right.
So they were like, well, let's not like show anything of that. We'll just talk about it. Which, like, I wasn't expecting them to show a full cutscene. They kind of explained it, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to get a DLC. I think we're just going to get DLC of separate ways. We're not going to get Operation Javier DLC. You know what I mean? But that's just my thought on that. It wasn't cut. They didn't change anything. They didn't retcon anything. They just wrote it pretty much the same. They didn't show it.
Dreadpool says, now hear me out. What if the original games were changed to fit the game? The remake is more faithful to the vision of the original. Just saying. No, I get it.
That's what George Lucas would say.
They're retconning these games. I mean, they're retconning. They're streamlining these new remakes to fit 7 and 8. To fit up to 7 and 8. And I saw that a mile away. But a lot of people don't understand that. And I see it in their chat. But, a lot of people don't get it. They don't get, like, that's what they're doing. Like, they're trying to get these newer remakes to fit in with 7 and 8. You can see that clear as day, what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And you know what? And Mark Main fucking said this a while back. He said, what if the remakes are just Evelyn's friggin'...
They're not going to connect them like that. They're not going that far.
Well, I know they won't, but he brought that up, and ever since he said that, I was like, you know what? Maybe these remakes are to coincide with 7 and 8.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to obviously make them all RE-engined up, but I think they're keeping the stories, at least, they're still in the same universe, but it's like, they're not trying to... They didn't connect this village with the village from 8, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't do that dumb shit.
Right, but are they going... I think that the new lore of the whole franchise is going with these remakes. I don't think
it goes along
back
with
like the original timelines.
Right. The original timeline is still there. That's why Operation Javier is still there. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not going anywhere. It's just, you have the original timeline, remake timeline going along together.
But I think Capcom wants to follow...
timeline is streamlined.
I think Capcom is making these remakes into the original timeline. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because now they have a set of writers. You're talking about games from 30 years ago with several different writers, several different stories. It's all bitch slapped out of proportion. And I think that these remakes are trying to streamline everything with the current regime there. And I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think they're trying to, obviously have a different approach and, have consistency in some of the story stuff. That's why they're not changing stuff from the original that much in terms of like the actual like beat list, because they have to keep it streamlined. There's one thing that was changed that was very interesting, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. You know what I mean? But just because I know people are still playing it, but it's interesting, and obviously, they're going to do the ending was changed.
Oh yeah, they're focusing towards 5 right now.
Yeah,
like it's a dead. They're just setting that right up.
Yeah,
from the get go. Like there's no.
But what happens with a particular character is completely different.
Right.
So, it's pretty cool.
Who? Ada?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say what happens, but if you just look at the post-credit
scene... You know what,
scene,
man? You could say what happens because everyone's had more than a week to play it. So she takes this thing, and she tells it to change course. So Wesker doesn't get this sample, right?
Well, the thing is that, there's going to be some kind of interception that happens, and I don't know, I think she was going towards Leon at the end,
Right.
But we never usually saw Ada like that, so that never happened in the original at all.
Right, because she
I mean,
knew
she was
she'd be
never really for Wesker
responsible.
anyway. But now it's like, okay, it's just playing it differently. They didn't do it exactly
Or
the
did she
same.
sell to somebody else?
That's the thing, right? So apparently, if you pause it, you can see Excella. So you could see that.
Yeah, so it's a clear
apparently.
indication that 5 is next.
Yeah.
Get your dancing shoes ready. It's time to do the Ouroboros.
Yep. Or Boris time.
That
Good
game,
thing we
bastards.
played that.
if you played this game, though, you know they were setting up for 5 because the mechanics are there.
Yeah, I mean it's all in there. You know what I mean? And
I never thought
I
we'd
think,
see 5 remake. Look at that, huh?
yeah,
Crazy.
Cool that we played it. So now I can actually know what I'm getting into.
I don't want to hear about Code Veronica ever again.
oh, but
After
you
they
will.
remake 6, then you can talk about Code Veronica.
No, they'll keep talking about it.
Well, then they got to remake 7 because 7 will be
I hope
10
they
by
remake
then.
Code Veronica and cut all the shit out of the game.
It's just no game at
This
all.
way, you
We'll
got
give
Code
it-
Veronica. I don't have to hear it, and that's it. Okay?
They'll give it to the B team.
Give it to Iron Galaxy. Like Code Veronica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll just remake the PS2 version.
The Dreamcast
yeah.
version is still superior than all those other versions. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, there's again, there's a lot of things that I like what they did with this, and I thought it flowed very well. The gameplay is 10 out of 10. It just feels great, The ability to go back and obviously unlock stuff and replay. Like I still have that addiction kind of feeling
I
to
played it
the
for
game.
4 days straight, 4 mornings straight.
Yeah, put several hours in. I'm still working on my review, obviously, because I didn't get an early copy or anything like that besides Walmart. So obviously I'm just trying to play catch up there. But it's coming and it's gonna be cool. And then I'll do it like an in-depth discussion on it. But it's gonna be more this is Resident Evil that I think a lot of people are going to obviously jump into to play everything else that's been remade or the current games. So it sold 3 million in the first couple days.
Yep.
Which is pretty wild. And I think it tightened up stuff that was and it expanded on characters. Luis was expanded. Ashley and Leon's interactions were better. Sadler wasn't like a Saturday morning cartoon character anymore. Like he's still stupid in many ways, but he's also like, less is more. He's not just showing up in the church and then you jump out the window.
Yeah,
like, what the hell
yeah.
was that?
He was a lot.
He's reserved.
He was kept a lot from the game, which I was like, how come I'm not seeing this guy? I saw him a million times in the original, but thank God, because he's
I
annoying.
still thought he was weird though. He was kind of like silly.
Yeah,
he's
still
more he's more of like a humanized person in this game. Just the way
until
that
the
he
end,
acts, until he takes his Freddy Krueger fucking hat off, and
then you realize that you're like, fuck, man, like
see
this
the back of his Freddy head.
Yeah, you're just like, what the hell? And I don't know, like I just think that the upgrading was great. The knife was awesome. That was a great addition. I thought the Luis segments were great.
I like Luis better in this.
They connected Luis to Umbrella in this, which is something new. And a lot of people are thinking that team was the team that put together Nemesis.
Right.
Not sure. That's not confirmed. But Luis, the cabin that you find Luis in, that was actually his dad's cabin. Because when you read the file,
picture, right? It shows the picture.
And that's like, Luis as a little kid. But then the other I think is that he was the only remaining son because the others got sick or whatever, and then the cabin almost burned down, and that's kind of like his connection to that. And it's just like little things like that. Like there's a lot of files, there's a lot of lore. Vertigo being, the scientist that kind of turns himself to Salazar's hand, and you see that Vertigo was awesome. The regenerators were really creepy. Just the way that they tightened and trimmed up some of the parts on the island that needed to be trimmed up was perfect, and they didn't cut anything significant out of it. And they also added the side missions, which was a nice touch. The treasures, inlaying the gems, like everything was smooth. The soundtrack was actually pretty good. I did play with the original soundtrack, and it's really cool as well. So there's that. but man, this thing fucking hit it out of the park. You know, the only reason why I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 is I think some of the voice acting was phoned in. Like, I'm just going to say it right here. You know what I mean? Like, I understand a lot of people are going to be like, I don't care about that. It's still a 10 out of 10, and then that's fine. But for me, I'm just like, fuck, man. Some of the shit was like phoned in. I think Ada's voice actress is atrocious.
With Leon. Meh, meh.
Yeah, ugh. Yeah,
No,
every time.
He literally goes, meh.
Yeah, he goes, ugh. Like, he's just like, come on. And he's like wiping his head.
No,
he's like,
he does
ugh.
that separately, but then certain times he goes, meh, meh. And I'm like, what is this, Jack Lemmon from The Odd Couple?
Noises.
Yeah, the running isn't perfect either.
He runs like an old lady and he reloads like an old lady, even though I maxed out the reload.
The running is just very awkward sometimes. I do agree with that. I also think the Ashley mechanics.
I'll put the clip in the chat room.
I also don't think the Ashley mechanics are like, they're solid, but like I just found myself struggling with a lot of that sometimes on the harder modes. Another issue is like there's just little things, but it's nothing significant. Like, it's still an amazing game. It doesn't like affect it, you know. I just think that some of the voice acting from Ada and Krauser was just kind of like either phoned in or they tried like too hard. Even Sadler's voice acting was kind of eh, but like that's the only thing that doesn't make it like an absolutely like, you know, perfect game through and through. But it's still like the gameplay's solid and perfect. Like, I think the gameplay and the replay value is like top notch. It's stacked. You know what I mean?
Go to like the 40-second mark in that clip. And that's Leon. That's exactly what I think of every time he does that. Now, the Alchemist with a $5 super chat once again. Well, in the lore of the games, doesn't tell you Ada sends Wesker a false plaga, and Wesker gets it from Krauser's body. So isn't that different from the original? So there you go.
Yes. Well, yeah, exactly. So Ada never was going to serve Wesker under like that. You know, she always had her own intentions. She was trying to break away from the organization and be her own person. And Separate Ways kind of goes into that more. And I'm sure that we're going to see a lot more of that developed and explained. I don't know. I hope her performance is better in Separate Ways. I understand it's the same actress from Welcome to Raccoon City. That is confirmed. Not that she had much of a role in that movie anyway, because Ada wasn't until the very end. So we didn't really get like, you know, what I heard just wasn't that good. It literally sounded like she rolled out of bed and just recorded the lines. I'm not even kidding. She's like, I got the smokes you liked, like to Luis when he's walking. And I'm just like, what is this? This sounds awful. Like, they didn't actually say, like, yo, do a retake on that. Like, you know, little things like that irked me, but it wasn't, like, anything crazy. So I still think the game is, like, you know, 9 out of 10. Do I like it better than the original? Yes. I still love the original. That doesn't mean I'll never go back and play the OG, but I think this redefined everything, made it streamlined with the RE engine and how the remakes have been. There's just little things here and there that are still a little annoying to us RE fans that have been playing this for a while. Some people might not care, and that's cool. They might not care about the problems we had. They might say, oh, the performances were great, and this, and that, so 10 that's fine. But this game's awesome. Replay value is great, and I've been playing it nonstop, so, you know, it's definitely... I'm getting a lot more of my thoughts out on paper each day, so I'm kind of getting in that mood where I'm able to kind of talk about it more with, like, a kind of a beat list in mind. But, yeah, I think they knocked it out of the park. What do you guys think?
The Alchemist, the remakes seem to exist in their own timeline. Richard said the remakes are probably replacing the originals. Can't have both. RE4 is in the same timeline. Stevie Mac, in the OG, she double-crossed Wesker and gave the Plaga sample to someone else. They never revealed who it was. Well, there you go.
But now she's doing a different turn, so it's like, what happens now? You know, like, because we don't really see it like Ada at all in 5. She's not referenced, and then she just appears in 6.
Right.
And then we have to fill in the gaps. So it's just like,
maybe 5 will fill it in.
Will this inevitably replace the originals? I think so, because of the actual streamlined story, and it's going to be consistent. Like Perry said, too many inconsistent writers, too many things that have been in and out all these years, in and out, different fucking people. So it's like, this is the time for them to do it on the upswing. You know, do it now, keep the momentum, give us 5 after, you know, they're probably going to do 9. Let them do 9.
I think 9 is next year, and I think Remake 5 is the 30th anniversary.
Exactly. So keep it up with the anniversary stuff. Keep putting out the remakes And when you do 1 and you do 5 and you come up to 6, that's the time to fix. That's the time to erase where the original timeline got fucked. That's when you erase that shit. That's when you make it one story. You don't release it in parts. You don't do RE6 part 1 and RE6 part 2.
No.
You do RE6 one fucking story and you make it consistent.
You know what I think you do at 6? Like I mentioned last week, it's one campaign, but then it switches off to, okay, Leon got injured. Now it switches over to Sherry and Jake. And
that's
you can even do it like 24, where it's like hour 1, Leon, and then hour 2.
Make it a long ass game. I don't care if you make it
still
long.
the same day, but you're still it's one campaign, but you still get all the characters and all that shit.
You don't have to redo boss fights and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Or
like just
they just say they drop the bomb and they're like, you know what? This is just gonna be on Leon and Chris's campaign in one.
Yeah, I didn't care about Helena, man. Helena overshadowed Leon in so many ways, where it's like that should have been Leon's story. I don't care about Helena. Again, have we ever seen Helena again? No. Have we ever seen, Jake again? No. It's like you don't have to do all this stuff for 6. So hopefully, again, like you said, Perry, they don't get too excited. They keep it streamlined and they make 5 where it needs to go.
What created 6 in the first place.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't really tap into it too much with the, identity crisis that rolled in with 6. And they don't worry about Call of Duty and all this other stuff that they're worrying about back then. And you do it right. And so, yeah, if this is where RE needs to go, just to kind of redo that telling of where things kind of went south, I'll be cool with that. But what do you guys think of the game?
Hang on, let me read the chat for 1 second. I'll tell you my opinions.
Yeah.
Grandmother can run out. Leon says, train wreck. Even the charm that makes you run faster as Stevie Mac is nowhere near quick enough. I didn't know there was a charm for that. Really did not like the dialogue, says The Alchemist. Like I said, I'm in a minority that actually likes the voice acting. RWK might have been phoned in during the picnic. Stevie Mac, Ada sounded like she just started taking testosterone.
Oh my god.
OG RE4 Classic is a classic, but I think this game blows it away. So Trainwreck, I agree.
Yeah.
Quinn Grimm, I don't know why Helena was made. Should have had Claire or Ashley with Leon. Yeah, Helena's like a female version of Leon. And it's like, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I guess they just needed a new character as a throwaway character.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's literally a female Leon.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
kind of like weird.
I didn't care about her sister and that whole I did not give a shit about that.
And
I was like, I'm going through this game.
It's like, why
I'm going through this game. I don't give a fuck. She's just like, it's like, come on. But again, it's one of those things where this is your time to fix it, man. So I mean, we got to get through 5 first. But let's worry about the co-op. Hopefully, they don't
throw
botch
a hot take right here, right now, before I get to my thoughts on this game. I don't think 5 or 6 are going to have co-op, online co-op.
That's what I was thinking. We know Mercenaries. I don't know if you saw, but Mercenaries.
Because then they got to make it as a games as a service type shit, and I don't think they want to do that.
Right, and people wanted this one to be co-op, but this Mercenaries. Yeah. But I knew when they had the poster of just Leon on the front, I was like, they're not making a co-op.
Well, no,
but I don't know if you saw it leak.
I don't think that RE5 remake is going to be co-op at all online.
Right.
The campaign no,
I see
or
what
anything.
You're saying.
I think
they're
in the mindset of let's just get that story fixed. Let's just keep getting these stories out to the point where they're all tied up and fixed. And then we can start making newer games based on these stories.
But then do you do the thing that RE6 did where you put your character with a partner, but the partner can just keep taking damage and doesn't have their own ammo?
I don't know what they're going to do. They might not have partners in 6. We have to see how this plays out.
Because if you played RE6, right, the difference was that they swapped the shitty inventory system with the blocks, which was horrible.
Yeah, don't bring that back ever.
I think they should keep the attaché case and maybe have another merchant pop up. Maybe it's like another character, that again, because the invisible shop that you enter every chapter, that's going to be changed because
but you know what's going to happen if they make a new character for 5, a new merchant character. People are like, he's not like the Duke, he's not like the merchant for 4, he's not like this, he's not like.
What about the dude in the beginning of 5 though? What about the dude you met in the beginning of 5? Why can't he be just like the dude? You know, like he kind of hooked you up with the weapon. What if
Because he
he's
gets
just
his
like,
head cut off.
I have a shop? Yeah, but what if he changed it though? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Or
Like,
he doesn't get his head cut. But that's like the most iconic part in that game. When the guy gets his
well,
head cut off.
you know, I mean, there's a lot of things that people said were iconic in this game that I thought in a 4, like the laser scene. I was like, that is not iconic. It's iconic in the movie and it's in the
Yeah,
game
that was
because of
done
the movie.
to get you to go see the movie.
But-
That's all.
Yeah, like I wasn't like crying because that was cut. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really care. Same thing with the lava room. I didn't care that was cut or anything like that. But
I really
Yeah,
love to
who
see
knows?
redo the first game in this engine. Me too. But you know, what are you gonna do? They're going to 5 next. RE5 remake should be single player, no partner following you around. I think that would be good. Or if there is an AI, let the AI be the AI. Like in this game, Ashley is Ashley. She's just doing her own thing. And the AI
Because
is pretty dumb as well, but
that's what I was saying, and that's how RE6
that's
did.
how you know they
RE6
got the mechanics
converted.
for 5, because Shiva's already gonna be dumb.
Well, RE6 converted to that whole AI does its own thing. It doesn't because Sheva. They made you have to worry about Sheva's AI, her health, her ammo, and she would waste all your ammo and waste the things you
I
give
think
her.
that's gonna be changed.
And that's just going to be
Kind
changed
of like
because
Luis
six-
in this game. Like he keeps
Right.
throwing you ammo instead of you
Yes.
friggin' giving him ammo.
Yeah, and he can take hits and shit. Like
I think
you know,
that's what they're gonna do.
yeah, they're just. I don't think they're going to worry about it. Maybe they'll do Mercenaries co-op just to say, hey, it's in there,
Ramy,
but
what's
it's
up?
not. It's not going to be the main game. I don't think. I think they're going to keep single player.
Right.
I don't know. It just kind of lost its identity when it started to get too out there with stuff. And it was like it became a lot more of an action. 5 is a lot more of an action game, and that's one to be very interesting
5
if
was
they actually
fucking great.
changed it. Yeah, I mean, I
5 was
love
great
5.
on so many levels for so many different reasons.
I love 5. There's issues with the story for sure. You know, there's issues, but it has some of the best DLC that was ever released attached to it. And
It's got the original cast. It's a wrap up of the original franchise.
yeah. The one thing they have to change is they have to just make it to where Jill and Chris actually shoot Wesker, and it's not Sheva and Chris, because that was the dumbest fucking decision Capcom's ever made.
Yeah,
And
but you know why you have to do that, because she was with you throughout the whole game.
yeah, but come on,
Jill
man.
is still recovering from.
You don't
getting
have a
friggin-
reunion, and then you have this new person. Hello, let me help you. It's like fuck no,
Yeah,
dude.
but it
This goes
became-
back years.
Yeah, but it became personal for Sheva because he destroyed her land.
I get it, but like I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? Like if they redo it, it's got to be Chris and Jill taking them
It's
down.
got to be Sheva, man. She's got to get revenge. Jill already got her revenge.
Bullshit, dude. Jill, they were from there from the beginning. If this is a reunion
She
thing,
blew up
like
the-
you're always
she blew up
saying,
the fucking nemesis. Like, you're good.
no, fuck that, dude. That is some bullshit. So yeah, the writing is kind of shitty in that regard. And obviously it's inconsistent when it comes to like the pacing's a little weird in 5, like how 4 had pacing issues with the truck sequence and the mine carts. Like there's stuff with 5, especially with Excella and stuff on the boat. I'm just like, this is just annoying. Like
Yeah,
there's
it's
some parts
stupid.
in 5 that they can tighten up and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But
Plus, they
I'm all
sexualize
for
Wesker.
5.
It's like, bro, he's like Pee Wee Herman. You don't sexualize Pee Wee Herman.
yeah,
Because
you know,
Excella's
I
like,
don't know.
oh, she's saying like she's gonna give Wesker a boner or something. I'm like, what? Like, he's not a character that you don't think of Wesker and be like, oh, he's banging all these chicks. Like, you don't think of that. You're thinking this guy is the most evil guy. It's gonna rule the world.
Yeah, I mean him being shirtless
And I
for
know
most of that fight.
I know
You know.
he fucking used her and everything, but
Right.
come on, you don't say that shit.
Yeah, again, some of the lines and stuff, it's very, very weird. All stuff they can kind of change, you know what I mean? And that's what these remakes are for. So
U3 boss fight should have been in the game. Well, Ramy, it might be in DLC, so
yeah, I mean the U3 files in the game, so that doesn't mean it's completely
why
gone.
not have Jill, Sheva, and Chris shoot Wesker? That's a good one. You could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, how about you just have them all in the fucking fight instead of just that stupid lava? That whole lava fight is dumb. I'm just gonna say it right now. The whole like she's on the other side,
Yeah,
and then you have to keep spamming the button, and if you're not shooting Wesker, he's gonna come. Like that whole thing is a mess.
The QTEs are gone, so you don't have to worry
It's a
about
mess.
that.
Yeah, but it's not going to take place in a fucking volcano because that's just not practical. It doesn't even make sense. And I think they're not going to have that happen. I think that might be cut but we'll see. Maybe they'll keep Chris Boulder punching, but it ain't going to be in a volcano. I'll tell you that right now. I think that's a meme and a joke, but they're still going to say it because, fucking Heisenberg says it in Village. So, you know what I mean? So like, it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're going to just make it all still happen, but they're just going to tighten it up. They're going to cut some stuff out, but they're going to trim the fat, so to speak.
I don't want RE5 to be an action game. It should lead more towards horror. Well, we'll see what they end up doing. I think they're going to have Remake 1 again at some point. Yes, I agree. I want a remake of 1. But it looks like they're going to 5 at the end of this game. They're kind of shoving that in your face.
Yeah, pretty blatantly.
Which 5 would be okay for the 30th anniversary because it's a reunion of the original game. So I don't have an issue with that. Now, if they said 6 was next, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
ACR, what's up, man? They need to give us overall context on Sheva. I think you'll get that in 5 Remake.
Yeah, they'd probably improve on the random
with
characters
her and
showing
Josh
up.
and the village and all that.
Like Desperate Escape was a good DLC too. That kind of went into Josh more,
Right.
which is again, I want all that stuff to be kept. I don't want them to just like Separate Ways is being kept. I want that to stay.
They know they can make some extra money. They'll keep it
as long as they keep it with the main team. If they give it to the B team like they did with RE3, that's when you have problems.
Here's the thing, guys. You guys don't remember. RE3 was being developed while RE2 was being developed.
It was, and I had to say that over and over again on my show for years.
You ain't getting anything like RE3 ever again, because they're never going to do that again.
No.
Because 3 was supposed to be DLC for 2. I think people forgot about that. That's why it's an hour long. Or you can beat it in an hour or 2 hours or whatever. Now, had they not done that, had they said, you know what, we're not going to do DLC, which they ended up fucking doing because the second one sold like crazy, and they're like, hey, you know what? We could probably sell this thing separate. It's like Ragnarok. Ragnarok was DLC for God of War. But then God of War sold like crazy, and they're like, you know what? Let's polish this up, and then we'll sell it for $70. That's what Capcom did, and that was the big mistake. But you ain't getting anything like Remake 3 ever again because of that situation. The fans always get worried that Capcom's going to screw them over. It's like, no, 3 was DLC for 2 originally. And they decided to hold off and sell it and make a few extra bucks, whichever one ran out and paid them. So there you go. It kind of had the same fate as RE3 on PlayStation 1, if you think about it. Everyone ran out and bought 2, and nobody bought fucking 3. Because nobody even heard of 3. I don't want RE5 Remake to be... Alright, we talked about that. I wouldn't mind if they did Shiva completely. You had the option to play as Chris or Jill from the beginning. Like Leon and Claire in Remake 2. Throw out Jill being mind controlled. It's silly. Well, we'll see what they do. Remake 3 was just okay. Wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It's just disappointing. I like Remake 3 for one reason. I can run through that game in one sitting. And I don't have to sit there for 8 hours.
Right.
And it's fun. I like it. I think it's a fun game.
Yeah, it gets shit to this day, so.
I don't like the zombie mambo. They're literally as you're running around shooting people. I'm like, what am I doing? This is so stupid. I'm not playing fucking Zelda in the temple. I'm fucking this guy in a hospital shooting zombies.
Well, the thing is that the cabin fight with Luis is just.
I didn't know the zombies could play music outside the hospital like that.
They all had speakers.
That's all what the cabin fight was, That hospital fight was a direct cabin fight for RE4, and that's what the Luis fight
but
is.
the cabin fight, at least there's like intense like music going on. Not this blah, 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 oh. It's so stupid. It's like, what am I doing here? I really like the City Section R3 remake, but it cut a lot of content and turned Nemesis into the Lion King. Yeah, I don't like the Lion King Nemesis.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
The Capcom has a thing with lions, and I don't know what it is. There's a lion head in this game.
Yeah. They've always had animals, though, kind of like,
Yeah, but lions, man.
In their
all these guys are turning into lions now.
Medals and...
He turned into a lion in RE2. The original
Look, as
RE2.
long as you don't have Simmons with the dinosaur, all right? Just let's not go back to that.
You know, that guy was from Final Fantasy. That guy was not a Resident Evil character.
No. That was so bad, man. Oh
They
my god.
still somehow Square Enix got in there, and I don't know what happened. But
They were like, "Here, use our character." They're like, "Okay."
it's like when EA stole Barry Burton for Overblood.
Yeah,
Can
they
we get
just
an
took his
Overblood
model.
remake?
Did somebody say Overblood?
Yeah, can we get that? They remade Dead Space.
The dude
Remake
falling down the
Overblood.
fucking.
I really like the city section. I read that. Okay. I enjoy the shooting in RE4. Okay, so what I think of this game is this has to be one of the best remakes. I like RE2 Remake better than this game, but I feel more confined in RE2 Remake. This game, I don't feel more confined.
Leon's all combat out. You can just kick a bitch. You know what I mean? Or just
Here's what I mean by that. I don't have to keep going back and forth in certain areas. In RE2 Remake, you have to go back and forth. Got to get the key. Got to go back there, open that, go down the sewer, come back up, go this way. I don't feel like that in this game. I feel like it could go straight forward and just get things done. You do have to backtrack, but very minimally in this game. That's what I like about it, and that's why I'm more open to playing this one a lot. I played it all week.
yeah, we've been gaming.
Somebody say,
For
well,
sure.
Blood, there's Abo.
There he is.
There he is. RE4 doesn't have much backtrack. That's why I like it. 2 Remake felt like a bigger event. RE4 Remake was kind of just there, but it's welcome. Yeah, I agree. 2 Remake was a big deal because we've been begging for that game for almost 20 years at that point.
Well, I feel like for this one, I don't know. Like, I feel like I could see myself replaying this a lot, just like the original, instead of just that whole weak stigma and then it's over. The thing that we talk about.
Yeah, no.
Like,
this has
feel
some
like this
staying
is-
power.
It's got some staying power, and obviously they're keeping you on hold with the Separate Ways and Mercenaries coming out on the 7th, so it'll have some steam going into the next month.
I think
But,
this game will be not talked about really by June, which is fine because we have plenty of other games coming out.
Yeah, and if anything, that Separate Ways can probably come in 6 to 8 months. You know what I mean? I don't think that's coming out like right now. They're probably still working on it, but
Maybe they
we'll
hit at
see.
the end of the summer just to keep
Maybe.
it going.
Maybe.
You want to keep this game going till Christmas at least. This way you can keep the price up. Because we've seen this. Games drop like a rock after the first month.
Yeah.
If they're releasing the DLC next month, there's a chance it might drop like $10 or whatever, but it ain't dropping any
Exactly.
lower than that.
Yeah.
Black Friday will probably be half price, which is a good deal. And then the new DLC will be out. They'll make their money off of that new DLC to cover the price drop.
I think it's
happen.
it's worth it, man. I mean, this I think it's a great remake to again kind of bring it back to what 2 Remake and stuff was trying to
I
emulate,
played
which
this
was
game
4.
more than I played the original 4 at this point.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
the original 4 was like, I beat it on GameCube when it came out. And then about 2011, 2010, I beat it on 360. And I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, I'm done playing this game. I played it a couple of months ago before this came out or whatever, for a little bit. I didn't beat the whole game. But that game was just so fucking dated to me, man. It really is. I just can't. And the characters are fucking lame in that game. Like, Luis is a fucking pussy in that game. In this game, he's cool. He's actually, like, more refined as
Yeah.
an actual person.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not wearing this fucking George Washington shit with the scarf sticking out. Like, oh, Leon, you need my help, Leon? It's like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? This guy works for the government. He's got to deal with these guys dressed like George Washington all day long. Like, when I see that, I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And even Salazar, in this game, I mean, he's the 6th Golden Girl at this point. He's like one of the Golden Girls in this game.
Yep.
I just don't like that he keeps saying Mr. Kennedy. It's annoying. Even during the boss fight, you can't understand a fucking word he's screaming at you because he keeps talking. He's like, Mr. Kennedy! It's like, shut up!
There's an achievement to throw a grenade in his mouth.
Yeah,
So you can shut him up.
You should put a grenade right in between his ass cheeks and blow him up.
He curses at you too. He's like, "You bastard! How
Yeah.
dare you!"
Well, you know what I love? He turns into the monster and he attacks you. And then when you stab him in the head for the first time, he goes, You tried to kill me! Now I'm going to kill you! I'm going to kill you! I was like, shut up! Did you think he was just gonna sit there and let you fucking eat him? He goes fucking apeshit on you. The more you stab him in the head, he goes crazy.
And he spits the acid and shit.
He throws up on you. He fucking shits these shit blobs on the floor that blow up even if you're not near him and they hurt you.
Yeah.
Then he can instant kill you if you just stand around or you get in the wrong spot. The guy is fucking crazy. I say just get the rocket launcher. The minute he fucking flies right up to you, blow his fucking brains out. And that's it. You're done. I got stuck on that fight for 2 hours. On normal, on standard.
Yeah,
I finally got the rocket launcher, blew his fucking brains out. And that was it. Then I beat the game and that was that. But I still like this game. I think it's a really good remake. Capcom is knocking it out of the park. Capcom has always done a good job with their remakes for other games as well, not just Resident Evil. And this is no different, man. They always do a great job. I need help on how the hell do you get the level 3 key card?
You need the wrench.
You gotta use that. Wrench. Okay, here's a quick tip. Can you kill these fucking naked enemies? Okay, here's what you gotta do. Near the third key card, there's that little slot machine thing. There's the infrared scope part. Make sure you have a sniper rifle. I would suggest the Stinger 3.
The Stinger, hell yeah.
Attach it to that thing. And then you got to look at the 4 tubes with the guys in them. And it'll show you if there's a wrench in the guy's stomach. Only break the one with the guy with the wrench in the stomach. And kill him and get the wrench. Then put the key card in, do the little dance, and then get the key card, and you got level 3.
Yeah, with the scope, you could see what the pieces that light up is where you got to shoot them.
I was stuck on that for a little bit, and I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, why are they giving me this? Like, what's the... And I was like, all right, let me attach this and see what's up. And I saw what was up, and I was like, all right, good. Clever puzzle. But I like the game. I think it's streamlined, and I think that they did a great job with getting the story that they wanted to tell. I beat the games on easy in about, 5 hours and 56 minutes? It's a fun game. I think it's good. They did a really good job as far as just getting it to go to where they wanted it to go, and I like it. It's hard for me to play the original, especially without that right stick, man. I can't do it. I'm just not there anymore. We're so... Using the right stick for everything today is like... You can't not use it anymore.
I think that's why originally my dad stopped after 3. So the fact that he's actually playing this now, is kind of funny because now it's like he's picking up from where he left off, but it's like a more refined version,
Well, you can actually play it now.
Yeah.
The other game was playable when it came out. But you have to understand, everybody, we weren't really using the right stick that much back then. It was for like shooters like Halo and stuff like that. Every game like this since has been like that with the right stick.
I think that's why he didn't play it back then, because it was so like
now when
weird.
You go back and play the original 4, the right stick moves the fucking camera only left or right. And I'm like, dude, I need it to run. Like, I gotta control the camera while I'm running here. Like,
that's why I think the VR version of 4, the original, is the best version because it looks the best. The lighting, the visuals were all redone, and you could just move and shoot. Like, that's like the best part about it. You just go bop bop bop, like you just move, and it's like it is the best version of the original, just because of how it looks and moves.
How you get the thermal scope? It's right there.
It's in the room with the key card maker.
Yeah, they made sure it was close because otherwise you would essentially be stuck if they didn't give it to you right there. I thought they were going to put it earlier. The scope.
After I killed the Jason hockey mask friggin' giant.
Yeah.
I jumped down without shooting the door.
Oh.
And I didn't fucking hit the deals to open
the little
up the door.
Switch, right.
I didn't hit the other thing to open the door underneath me, so I jumped down and I was stuck. And I had to reload the save. So you gotta watch out. You can get stuck in this game. So Always shoot that door and always knock those deals down. Open the other door.
And people are getting it down to a science. Like they're beating this game in like 5 hours. There's a bunch of skips you can do now. People are starting to crack this game wide open, which is cool.
Parts of Lewis jumps into the lava. Wasn't it Leon jumping into the lava? We had a joke that Lewis was like, "Help me, I say," and Leon jumps into the lava and leaves him with the two giants.
Help me, essay. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, Leon's like, "Peace out," and he jumps into the lava. Holy fucking shit! And he knows he's fucking dead. Gets two giants after him.
I think it was my professional playthrough. That's when I killed him without dropping any of them in the hatch.
I
just
killed
fucking
one
killed him.
without dropping him in the hatch.
I was like, I'm getting these treasures, so I killed, because in the original you could do the same thing.
You know
where
what's
it's like
funny?
you just kill him.
Luis's foot was on the trap when I opened it. I thought he was going to fall in for real, and he didn't.
Leon, he just falls in.
Yeah, his voice he's good, but in certain parts his voice is kind of annoying.
Yeah, there's again, I think some of the acting is just like, wishy-washy.
The fucking music for the cart ride sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
What am I watching here? I like the game. I would give this game probably a 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 9 out of whatever. Like, it's got very minimal issues.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
To the point where it doesn't... Look, if these motherfucking Sony guys gave God of War a 29 out of fucking 10, then I'm going to give this game a 10 out of 10. And God of War was a shitty game when it came out on PS4. Ran at fucking under 30 FPS. Wow, it's a great game. Yeah, it runs like shit. Ah, it's supposed to run like that. No, it isn't.
It's cinematic.
Cinematic. Go watch a fucking movie.
Cinematic. What about you, Frank?
I like that. Now, it was good. I never played through the other one. I tried to play it, but the controls were just too crazy. I kept getting killed, and I was like, whatever. But this game was great. I played it on standard. I muscled through it. It took me like 15 hours. I played it in like a couple hours a night.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looked really good on my computer. The whole time I'm just like, damn, this looks awesome. Like as I'm walking around, I really liked it. I think I do like it more than 2. 2 Remake was my favorite. I think I like this one a little bit more. Just because, like Perry said, you're not as confined. You're not going back and forth as much. Puzzles seem to be a little bit easier. And I really like the enemies. The regenerators scared the crap out of me the first time I saw it. I was like, holy crap. And then when you're walking by the body bags and it falls out like a noodle and just like that scared the hell out of me. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really get stuck too much. The boss battles were a little tough. There were a couple little sections. The wrecking ball thing I had to do a couple times because I didn't know you could just blow up the wall with a rocket launcher. I would have done that, but I really like the game. I'd probably give it a 9, solid 9, and I definitely could see myself replaying it.
Wild
like, no
9.
problem.
Should have got Jeff Goldblum to play Lewis. Yeah, that would have went. Jeff Shine? Who's Jeff Shine?
Jeff Shine voiced Carlos and Chris.
Fuck that guy. Get that guy. Get the fucking...
Oh, the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, get the lion out of here from Wizard of Oz.
Another lion.
Okay. Let's not go this way. He's the fucking lion from Wizard of Oz. I don't care what anybody says. Hey, if they remake the Wizard of Oz, definitely hire Jeff Shine. He doesn't even need to do any acting. He just needs to talk into a microphone. He ruined Chris, in my opinion. Would you recommend a PS4 version for HDR? Yeah, because it's broken on PS5. Shout out to PlayStation.
Did they fix those issues as of yet or no?
No. There's no HDR. Apparently there's lines on the bottom of the screen for certain people. which they confirmed in their own fucking Twitter post.
Well, hopefully they could actually put out like a
There's no
post day
VRR
one
yet.
patch.
It's like, get this stuff done, man. Remake the Wizard of Oz on SNES. No.
I played it on the Series X, and I had no problems. Like the only times I got any kind of frame rate drops was when I went back to the village when it was raining and it was like windy and shit.
Right.
Other than that, though, it was pretty smooth.
Come on, Anthony. You didn't get any frame drops on the Xbox. Come on. The Series S is a potato, Anthony. Come on.
Come on, I want to play it on a base PS4.
What if he was scared like the Lion too? Like, let's get out of here. This is too scary for me.
I can't play this on the PS4. Let's get out of here.
He also
That's
Captain
real
America
fear.
in the Avengers game.
So wait, it has to load the intercom calls?
On the PlayStation 4 Pro. On the hard drive that it came with, the 1 terabyte, probably a Toshiba or a Hellgas hard drive, whatever the fuck they're called. I say Hellgas because it's Killzone, but it also, some of their hard drives say HGST on it. So I'm like, it's gotta be the Hellgas. It's a no-name brand. I don't know what's in there because I never took it out, but I will say, yes, some of the calls will go, and then stay there, and then go, and then the guy would talk. And sometimes during the talking, it would also stutter.
Weird.
And that's on the Pro, on performance mode. So we're going to torture you. Next time you come here, I have a base PS4 at work. I have the game digital. We're going to download it. You're going to play it.
No.
We're going to play it on professional in 20 FPS.
I'll just speedrun it at that point.
Suffer.
He voiced Captain America. No wonder why the game bombed.
All that stuff's going to be free like in a day or two, I think.
I think, didn't they shut that server down?
I think it shuts down today or tomorrow, and a lot of the costumes are going to be free. So you should, if you have the game, go
Spider-Man, right?
claim all of it.
They still locked the right Spider-Man.
It
We'll
never
get to Sony
happened.
later about locking stuff away.
Even though the game's dead, they won't let us have Spider-Man on Xbox.
My friend said he had some wacky dead zone issue with the controller. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Abo showed me a video of him trying to listen, I played the Series X version with zero problems with the controller. So maybe, it's a dead zone. Because Abo
I had to
showed
adjust
me,
the aiming a little bit.
Abo showed me the right stick, he was pushing it as far as he could, and there was no movement.
PlayStation, it's immediately.
Yeah, it's immediate, which could be it's a lot sensitive. But apparently the PC version, that's also an issue with the mouse.
The mouse is dead ass slow if you don't adjust it.
That's what I'm saying.
On
So
PC.
they have to go back and try to fix that. But we played it on Series X with no problem.
Yeah, I played
Dead
on the
zone or
Series X
not.
after adjusting the aiming acceleration, I think, and then I made the parry RT instead of this because I hate doing this to parry.
The bumper was
So
a stupid choice.
So if I keep doing this, it's easier because I can just go parry, parry, kick, and then it's done. But I didn't have much
I
problems
like
with
the
that once I
melee in this
adjusted
game
it.
too. The melee is really good.
Yeah.
It feels
It's helpful.
forceful. It's crunchy.
That's why going back to 2 is going to suck because there's not really any melee in 2.
The stealth is awesome, because you can just stab people to make it easier for you, or you can stab them when they're on the ground before they turn to a parasite, which obviously takes more ammo.
Right.
Yeah, it was just a solid remake. Play it. I would pay full price for it, over and over again. But obviously, if you're on the fence, wait till it drops.
Richard said,
enjoy it.
Only this game came out on the base Xbox One. No, thank
Oh my
you.
god! Did you guys notice
That's testing I have to do.
Did you guys notice some of the enemies won't leave certain areas, which you can kind of use to your advantage? Like at the part with the turrets in the when you first get to the, right before you get the helicopter to help you. You could clear that whole area out if you stand in the back and just shoot them all.
Yeah.
And they don't come past a certain point; they just ignore you.
Yeah, but you know what's cool? You can literally run through that ending, that all-out war deal.
Yeah.
Turn off the switch, run out the window, keep running, hit the switch again, and then instead of sitting there fighting the guys for an hour, you
I ran
run past them in 5
I
seconds.
ran. Yeah, I was like, screw this, I'm not doing this.
People
Because
are
a lot of the
getting,
enemies won't even
exhausted.
touch you.
Yeah, you could
sometimes
just
'cause
run.
they don't know what you're doing because you're not shooting.
Right.
The dead zone is too big on Xbox, but I just got used to it. It didn't affect my experience that much. Yeah, I know, but when you were actually playing the game, did you notice it? You're playing the game, right? I don't know. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying though, like it didn't affect me playing. You guys know if there was some lag issue or something, I would be like, I can't play it. It's not going to happen. I didn't feel like that at all. I just jumped in the game and started playing. I don't
Yeah, I
like that
mean,
Leon runs like an old lady, and I don't like that he takes forever to reload when my reloads are maxed out.
I've realized that when I played the PlayStation version, like the aiming, again, it's a little bit more responsive when it comes to like the moving of the stick.
Yeah.
But I just adjusted the aim acceleration the same, and I've I haven't played it as many. I haven't put as many hours into that, but I have just to play it and to feel the feedback and all that shit, um, just to see what's going on. But yeah, I mean, played it on those versions and they ran obviously smooth. But the Xbox, the Series X is the one that I rock the most on
Well, you
stream.
got HDR and VRR, so
Yeah,
and high frame
and
rate. Sorry, high texture.
finally hooked it up to my Sony TV as well, which was nice because I've been playing it on a monitor for the majority of the hours. So it was nice to get footage, but I was able to kick back and play it on the TV. So that was cool. And I'll continue to do so as I'm just getting my review worked on. And then obviously I'll have a more in-depth review coming. So it's going to be fun to work on that stuff and to still stream it, play it. Mercenaries is coming out, so I'm going to stream that and play it, and we're all going to play that. So, which that leaked, by the way, that was also in the news. Big surprise, we get to play as Luis this time. You could still play as Wesker as well. You could play as Krauser, Ada, Leon. So I
No
kind of wish
Hunk.
they did. I want to see. I think Hunk is in there. Let me see if he is. Let me see. There was a whole list of shit here.
RWK says I would love to play this on a VCR. This can run at 15 frames a second on base Xbox One. Yes. Someone told me that the new MLB The Show game was running at 15 FPS on Xbox One. I don't know about
Yikes.
that. I could test that if you want me to, Stevie Mac. I got an Xbox One behind me. I would watch 15 FPS playthrough on shit hardware. You know, WWE 2K23 on the PS4 Pro, when you're in the ring, it's like 5 frames a second. When you get out of the ring, it's 60 FPS. So
What?
there is an issue with that game.
That's weird.
Good thing I didn't buy it. And people are saying that happens on PC.
Ugh.
I don't know if we have a Hunk confirmed yet. They didn't say anything in that.
He's hunk like a horse.
But we'll see. Jesus.
The real question is, how many times will it re-release? Probably on the next Switch.
Yeah.
I think that might be it. It might run fine on the One X. Yeah, it could run better on the One X. This game probably would have ran a lot better on the One X than the PS4 Pro. But we'll never know. So they didn't release it. I mostly noticed it when I was as a sniper. Okay. He means a dead zone issue.
Mm.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I get annoyed when I'm getting rushed by gonads and Leon takes his sweet ass time reloading his. Yeah, that sucks. The Xbox One is what I meant by the VCR. Well, there you go. Hunk is for sure there, Anthony. Oh man, he's calling you out.
Oh.
There we go. I mean, they have him from RE2. Like, they have his model, so they're just going to use him,
So you can play this game on PC as Wesker from the ending. They took the skin from the ending Wesker.
That's all they needed.
Game looks great and runs great on PC. I got tried on my Steam Deck just for fun.
Hey, and it runs great on that little potato, the Series S. Runs perfectly fine.
I played the demo on the Series S and I was like, damn, I could play the game on this. So,
yeah,
figure that
everybody
out.
back, PlayStation 4. Yeah,
apparently, PC's holding everyone back because look at Last of Us.
Why does Rookie Leon in RE2 load faster than the trained Leon agent in 4? Because he's got muscles now, Abbo, and they hurt him.
They rub together and he can't get it in there fast enough.
All right, so can we get to some news here? We recommend this game highly, so go pick it up.
Yeah.
Any platform you want, go get it. Check it out. I would recommend you playing on newer consoles, but I beat that horse to death several million times. Just buy the game and play it.
Do it now.
Leon reloads his gun like nothing's going on. All right, where's the news?
Okay. So I finished the game in time to. I had Sunday night free a little bit, so I checked out Diablo 4. It's pretty good. I would recommend that to people.
of my
A lot of
friends were
people are
liking
saying
the
it's good. A
beta.
lot of people are saying it's bad. What is it?
I think it's just like Diablo. I've been playing Diablo since
My
2,
friends said the
so-
same thing. They were like, "I've been playing since 2, and this is." They said that they did make it a lot easier, so some people might complain about some of the challenge being too easy because Diablo players don't give a fuck. They want it hard. That
I thought
sounded
it was
wrong,
fine,
but but yeah, they wanted they wanted like a challenge, you know, and I don't really, you know, I don't have a say in Diablo, but a lot of people were saying that it is apparently going to be crossplay, so I might check it out on the Series X.
progression too. So if you
I
buy
would
it on
wait till
PC,
that Activision deal goes through, Anthony.
I was gonna say, there's also news with that too. It's looking like it's gonna be on Game Pass. There's actually a
They
rumored...
came out and said it will not be on Game Pass as of now because
Right.
they're not owned by them yet.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
they're allegedly, apparently this is true. It's still a rumor, but there's going to be a Diablo 4 Series
Console,
X
yep.
console that comes out June 6th, the same day as the game.
$549.99, baby.
What?
Yeah, so if that's the case, I mean,
Well, we
you're
have to
looking
see
like...
what this console looks like. If it's not just
I was gonna say,
bundled,
if it's fucking red though,
Oh, if it's... Yeah, I mean,
fucking killer.
I definitely
might have
cannot get it,
the-
but I want
it might
to.
be red and black like the insignia thing.
That
That's
would be
right.
sick.
Make it like this, dude. Bring it
No,
back.
no.
Do it.
It's gonna be
Like
red
that.
and black
Yeah,
With
like
the
darker...
with the carvings in it, like the laser burns, like that Gears of War edition.
That's
Oh,
what I was
yeah.
saying, like the
That's what I'm
gears.
thinking, like that Gears of War edition that came out.
That would be sick, but we'll have to wait to see what they do with
Damn.
that. But yeah, I would say
You know they're not gonna do any of that, right?
No,
no. It's probably gonna be like something stupid.
because we said that
It's just
now
gonna be
they're
a
not doing
regular
that.
Series X in the Diablo themed box.
They're not doing that.
Probably, you're probably right.
Let's hope that they do something nice, just so I could go get something nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play it if it's crossplay or something, or you know, if I can play with my friends just to like see
It
if
is
I can
crossplay.
try it out. You know,
Yeah,
so
crossplay, cross
yeah,
progression.
when they told me that, that's why I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, most people said it was pretty good. So I'm not gonna. Obviously, I can't really speak for because I didn't play the beta, but people said it worked.
if
well,
you can't wait, then buy it. But otherwise, I would wait because it's gonna looks like the deal's gonna go through right around the same time.
So
they
it might not be
just-
right away.
Right, but I
Maybe
don't know,
they were
man.
holding off on releasing that until the deal went through.
Right. I don't know, but I'm skeptical to buy it because I know it's gonna come to Game Pass. So
Yeah.
it just depends. It
Yeah.
depends.
I mean, for
It's
someone like
a lot
me
of
who's
money.
more, yeah, I'd approach it more like casual. Never played it, so
Yeah.
Game Pass is probably just better.
Yeah, because you don't even know if you're gonna like it. I mean, I
Right.
know I'm gonna buy the game either way, but I might wait now to see what happens. So.
Exactly, and that's going to be. I mean, in the summer, there's really nothing else coming out in the summer, so that'll be a nice summer game if it's successful.
Yeah, right in the beginning of June. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted when I hear about that console. I'm sure everyone will hear
Yeah.
about it. But we'll see. What else? Oh, they announced 2 new Series Elite 2 core Series 2 core controllers for Xbox, red and blue.
Yeah,
They're
I
coming out.
pre-ordered the blue one.
Yeah, April 25th.
I
So
would
if you
get
wanna
both, but that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, that's a
The
lot.
blow-on controllers I don't even use.
But those are coming out.
Can
so
we
if
get
you're
the
interested-
Elite V3 already, man? Like, what the fuck?
You'd think they would, right, at this point, but I guess not.
Yeah, I like the triggers on the new Xbox, not the Xbox One triggers. I'm done with those curvy triggers.
Yeah.
But
We'll
yeah,
see.
I pre-ordered the blue one, and we'll see what happens. We will see.
It's nice that they're giving you options.
I mean, you
than
can
just-
buy it in blue, but it costs like a lot more because you have to customize it on their website.
Right.
You can already just buy in blue, but it's nice. They got red and blue. It's pretty cool. You got red, white, and blue.
It's a good option if you want to get that controller. You could pick.
I don't know what else you got there. What do you got?
Okay. Like what? What else? Oh, I don't know if you heard about this, but Paramount had like an investors thing, and they came out and said they're working on a Ninja Turtles RPG based on.
I heard about that the second it broke. It was all over the internet.
Yeah, it's based on the Last Ronin comic book. Only one of the turtles is surviving, I guess, in this thing. Like, it's supposed to be dark. They said it's going to be almost kind of like God of War-esque. So I don't know how the hell they're going to do it with turtles, but that sounds pretty cool to me. So
that's pretty wild.
When we get more info on that, I'll let you guys know. But they did announce that is coming out, so that is legit. So eventually we will be getting that. It's going to be third-person action. So,
breaking news! They fired the guy that plays Pennywise.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård or whatever.
Yeah, he's no longer Pennywise for the It prequel. Welcome to Derry.
Why would they get rid of him? He was fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's WB.
Oh, so they don't have money to pay him is really what that means. That's so dumb that they would do that.
He hopes the actor would make it their own and have fun with it. Oh, so if they don't make it their own, he's gonna go bitch on the internet. We know how this works.
They definitely didn't have the money to pay him.
Yeah,
sounds like to me.
That's some press shit that they put out there. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I really did. I like those movies. It sucks.
No more Heroes.
One, I think is the best.
Abel might like this. No More Heroes 3 Day 1 edition for Xbox One and Series X. Getting it. Oh, it's already on Amazon. Okay, I thought it was coming out. It's on Amazon right now and it just fucking disappeared. For $33.39 on Amazon as of an hour ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if Abel wants that game or what, but there you go.
So they had a little mini content update for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. They announced that Switch that we've seen floating around for months. It's finally like official, and you can buy it. You can order it. It doesn't come out till May. They announced the Pro Controller. So the Switch has been up and down. So you can, if you really want it, you can pre-order it. It's
not very limited.
No, it's not very limited at all.
What, the Zelda one? Yeah, I pre-ordered from like 10 different places.
Yeah, you could definitely. It's accessible.
We're gonna be canceling at some point. Some of them, because I don't need them right now.
Yeah, and they're just trying to crap those Switches out before the new one. So that's why they're like just making it available because they know people will buy it. The game, they showed the game off. It looks exactly like the other one as predicted. I mean, there's really not much to say there. If you like the first Breath of the Wild, go get this one if you want.
But you know what though? I saw the footage of this game.
Yeah.
And again, they're praising, now you could jump up like an elevator. It's like, are you fucking for real?
Oh,
man?
I hated that stuff. Yeah.
And the guy's like, keep going.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he's talking to you like you're a 5-year-old kid.
Like a 5-year-old kid. It's like, guys, what the fuck are you guys doing? The game looks like shit. Graphically, it looks like shit. I see aliasing all over the fucking place. Everything's fucking gold. Okay?
It just looks the same as the old one.
It's like, can we fucking move on with life?
Yeah, I hope that this is the last one in that series. They gotta move away from...
No. I don't mind if they make more, but you gotta make it on other hardware. Like, you need new hardware now. Like, this is ridiculous.
Also, like, no more Breath of the Wild style, like with the art and the...
I don't have an issue with all that. It would be fucking fantastic if it had better graphics and it looked like that. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Because they're going to re-release this thing on the new shit.
Oh,
okay, but where's the new shit? Instead, they give me a fucking Switch with the same old shit.
They should have been releasing in May.
For $400 fucking.
It should have been coming out in fucking May.
So everyone, hack your Switch.
Yeah, but
don't buy.
at this fucking
Don't pay
point, it
money.
doesn't even matter. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that Nintendo is doing this.
Yeah, and they added this like crafting mechanic.
Guys,
and
can
it's
you
like-
imagine if fucking Xbox One was still around and Microsoft was like, yeah, we still gotta make money off these machines. We can't invest in new hardware right now.
It's not
People would
good.
be fucking talking about how stupid Xbox is. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You gotta move on. This system is 6 years old.
Well, and it's really
7 years
disappointing.
old, 6 years old. How old is it?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26. But it's disappointing because you're literally...
This ain't
they
the
waited
fucking
6
Wii
years.
days where you could scam everybody for a fucking decade. It's time.
Right.
This has to go.
We waited 6 years for the sequel, and it's like exactly the same. Like they
Yeah.
didn't even... There's no update, no upgrade. It's like exactly the same.
It looks like
it's literally
dog
like
shit.
DLC. Yeah. They added this whole crafting thing, which I'm not a super big fan of. Like
You know, man.
they just like I was saying about Halo.
I hate crafting and I hate leveling up.
Well, yeah, and the weapons break and so, which was in the first one, but still, like I was saying about Halo, these games got to return to form at some point. Like, I love Breath of the Wild; it was great. I adored it. I'm probably gonna like this game, but at some point, I want to go back to Zelda, where it's Zelda again. This doesn't feel like Zelda anymore. It's starting to not have that
Right.
feeling to it anymore.
Well, it was
Trying to hit
Zelda-
a different generation differently. Like
Zelda, it was too linear at one point. Like
yeah,
the Twilight game and the Wind Waker. It got
Right.
to the point where it's too fucking linear and it was kind of annoying.
right.
This game was great because you can do whatever you want, but at the same time, there's a little too much to do
Right.
in this
Right.
one. That's why I
That's
still
what I
haven't really
mean.
finished it. I tried to play it for a little bit, but
there's a lot.
They
to
got to
do.
rein it in a little tiny bit just to get in the middle somewhere.
Everything nowadays has to be open world. I mean, everybody's doing it, so they're just like, "Fuck it." Open
yeah,
world.
well, it's not a good thing just because everyone does it.
no.
Like
I mean,
That's
Grand
why
Theft
Halo
Auto,
failed. Again, Halo didn't need to be open world. Like,
let
get that
Grand
shit
Theft
out of here.
Auto do that because Grand Theft Auto, that's the whole point of it.
It works as a
Right.
sandbox game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes, exactly.
Zelda, no, don't do that. I don't want to. Just tell me where to. Let me get a map and say, hey, you got to go to this dungeon first. Okay, then you got to go to that dungeon. Let me do that. Okay. The problem with the other Zelda games like Wind Waker and all them, they didn't really tell you where to go. So I beat a dungeon and I'm like, where do I go now?
Well, in the original Wind Waker, you had to sail. There was no fast
Yeah,
travel.
and that
so it
was a
took you,
pain in the ass.
The Wii U one, you could fast travel, thank God. But I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna play this game, Tears of the Kingdom, obviously. So I'll let you guys know how it is. when I
yeah.
play it,
I'll
but-
probably get it on the hack switch for Callie because she's gonna want to play it. You know, so I'll just kind of judge it when I watch it that way because I'm not a Zelda fan, so I don't really want to speak for like original to like. I haven't played all of them. Like I like them, but I haven't
A
like
Link to
you
the
know.
Past and Ocarina of Time. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, which is what I
Yeah.
mostly hear from fans. You know what I mean, or the OGs obviously on Nintendo. So.
That's all you
But-
need to know.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks it's going to look the same, but like you said, hack the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Speaking of hack the Switch, the Nintendo eShop is down for Wii
Yes.
and Wii U and
it's over.
3DS.
It's
Yep.
Ogre.
It's finally done. That's it.
So now you can
Dunzo.
jailbreak
End
your
of an era.
consoles and don't worry about it.
I saw a lot of people posting on online. They hacked their console because they're like,
Well, yeah, end of
"Sure,
life.
At this
It's over.
point, why not?"
It's end of life, baby.
And now,
It's
of course, I
over.
can't find my 2DS, but I hacked it a long time ago. So whatever, I'll
I
find
have
it.
the
some-
Zelda 2DS that I never opened.
That's the one I opened and hacked.
The one with the sword on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that thing sealed goes for $1,000, right?
Why did I open it? I mean, I opened it like when I came out,
I'm
but
selling that shit.
yeah, screw that. Get rid of it. I never had a 2DS until I got that one on Black Friday. So
I sold a 3DS XL like a month ago for about $230.
damn.
$229.99. And the guy bought it, no problem.
Wow.
He didn't come in and say, you motherfucker. He was like, perfect, I'll take it. And then I look online and they're going for $280, $285.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because they discontinued them and people still want them.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of good games
Demand
on
for that
3DS. There's tons. But if you want to play 3DS and you have access to a good computer, I'd recommend that emulator because you can upscale it. So I know it's not the same, but
I'm gonna do that for people want me to play Resident Evil Mercenaries, you know, and that was only on the 3DS. So I'm probably gonna rock that one of these
gotta
days
get
because that'll be
Citra.
cool.
Yeah,
Imagine if
Citra.
okay, cool. Imagine if they did that though, like a new Resident Evil Mercs game where it's just like all the assets, all the character, like that'd be really cool if they did that again. Even on like a Nintendo spin-off, like on the next, you know, Nintendo console, that'd be cool to see some RE spin-offs happening, especially if they get that beefed up console that they desperately need. But yeah, I agree, guys. I'm just gonna get this thing on the hacked thing and call it a day. You know what I mean? And just save the money.
We'll probably
And
get it early too.
and I
so.
told Callie, I'm like, we're not getting the OLED. We're
It
not
was
doing
funny
it.
because
Just wait.
the Mercenaries and Revelations were on the eShop for like 25 cents a week ago or 75 cents.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because they're just trying to bang those out.
Yeah.
Who cares? You don't have to pay anything now.
I still got it. I still got it sealed over there. Literally, Mercenaries 3D. I think I got it from you,
Don't
Perry.
open it. Just fucking don't
Yeah.
open it.
Well,
Just keep it. You know where you
there's
got
no
it
way-
from me? Because they had it at Target for like $15.
Yeah, that's what it
It
was.
was like full price still.
There's no way you're gonna capture your 3DS anyway, so
No.
just do it on the
No.
computer.
RWK8 with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Gonna listen till
Thank
I
you.
fall asleep. Enjoyed you all tonight. Thank you. We enjoy having
Thanks,
you in the
man.
room as usual.
Yeah, thanks for popping into all the RE4 streams that we've been all doing, and it's been fun. Hope you've been enjoying the game.
And I will get with you on those steelbooks.
The Steelios.
I got them. I'm waiting for him, and then I'll ship them out. But
I
they're
did
ready.
get my Best Buy Steelbook for
I
RE4.
got them right here. I got 3 of them over here.
I got one.
I forgot I ordered 3. I thought I ordered 1.
Yep.
What else you got?
Well, I guess we can go to the big topic as the last thing. So we got a bunch more info on this Activision deal. The UK has said that the deal will not hinder competition, so it's pretty much good to go there. Japan has also agreed that it will not hinder competition if they pass the deal, which is good. So we're getting there. And then on top of that, a bunch of people have decided that they want to look into Sony's exclusivity practices in Japan. So basically, what they're saying is they're making a market where it's impossible for Microsoft to compete due to the way that they deal with exclusivity with these games.
They're
With
paying
Square
these
and
companies to keep games off Xbox, and they're going to be looking into that now.
they're keeping games off Xbox completely. They're keeping games off Game Pass completely.
Yep.
Like Final Fantasy VII, it was supposed to be 1 year. They just kept paying and paying and paying, and that's why
And
Japan.
Village was originally going to be on Game Pass,
Right.
but they blocked that deal.
And so they're saying that that's a big reason why. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why Microsoft can't break into Japan, but that's part of what they're saying is they're making it impossible for them to break into that market based on their practices. So we knew this was going to happen. We've been saying that they're bringing down heat on them that they really don't need. So it's not good at all.
Did you see what happened? Sony gave them numbers. Oh, here's how much Microsoft would lose if. Here's how much we would lose if Call of Duty wasn't on PlayStation or something. And then Microsoft was like, "No, here are the numbers."
Right.
And they were like, "Oh," and then they did the numbers, and they're like, "Oh, actually, Microsoft's right. Why would Microsoft lose all this money not to put it on your platform?" So anyway, they've been silent. Sony.
They still didn't respond to the
They
deal.
haven't responded to any of this stuff.
Yeah.
They haven't responded to the deal. They haven't responded to anything since this came out. So, yeah, it looks like Jim Ryan might be packing his bags. He might be having to spend more time with his family soon. I don't know.
I definitely don't think he could survive this because this open that's their home turf.
Well, that's
And
the
they've
whole
opened
thing.
this
We
can of
knew,
worms.
like I said, he was jumping into traffic for no reason,
Yep.
and he got hit.
Right. And
What do
I
you think's gonna
understand it
happen?
from I understand it too from Japan side because they have people in our government saying, "Hey, you guys are letting this happen," and they don't want to hinder trade. They sell cars to us. They sell appliances. They sell TV. They don't want to mess with that over PlayStation.
No.
They don't care. So they
They
want.
sell their
They're
fucking
going to look
TVs
into
that
it.
we're using right now.
Right. So they don't want to risk queering the deal with us about trade. They want to make sure we're on good terms. So they're going to look into this properly, even though it's their own company.
And Japan approved it, and who's part of Japan? Nintendo.
Right.
So they don't see
Very
anything wrong with
interesting.
it. Then you know what I mean.
Well, it's funny that Jim Ryan's home approved it and Sony's home approved it in like the same couple of days. So
Right. Well, that just
it's
shows how stupid they were for this whole thing.
right. So now we have to see what happens.
The deal's going to go through, and that's it. Like, this is a clear indication of it just pushing right ahead.
Right.
Talk shit, get hit. Well, there you go.
If I was Jim Ryan, day one, I would have been like, "Thank you, Phil." Shake his hand, sign the deal, and go home because this was not going to work.
But that's the
No.
whole thing. Like, I guarantee you, Sony in Japan is telling him, don't take any deal from them at all.
Right.
That's why he's doing this.
But he's going to be screwed in the end.
And that just shows how stupid Sony of Japan is, just like Sega of Japan.
right.
They don't understand our market over here. Nintendo has some sort of a grip on that, at least. Nintendo doesn't have a grip on their own stuff, but they got a grip on what's going on over here. Because they have their fucking office right next to Microsoft.
Right.
So, you know, these big Japanese companies, man, they don't understand how it works over here. And they want things done their way. And I'm sure Jim Ryan's had pushback with them, but they're like, yo, you got to do what we tell you to do.
Yeah, because they're stuck in the old school way of doing shit.
And this could result in fines for them.
Where is Sony going to
Japan.
be when in 15 years when all you guys are streaming these games?
They won't be around.
They're not even fucking setting up for that.
No, and that's the thing. They're not going to go away tomorrow, but I'm thinking 5 to 10 years down the line, where are they going to be at? That's what
I mean, Microsoft's already ahead of the game.
Right.
Well, and obviously, and I know this is, I don't want to jump to a different news topic, or I know it's within the same ballpark, but with them trying to do the whole like PS5 Slim thing, it's like, motherfuckers, you got to worry about like way more shit than another console right now, and you have to worry about.
Well, that's
going to
be the console. Like, they're not going to sell the big guy anymore.
No. So, but I just think that, like, again, like you guys were saying, like, I just don't understand what, like, that, and we've seen that old school mindset work to a fault with Nintendo, because they had the same thing for years on the show. When the show started, they were when this show started, this podcast, they were in terrible shape. And they were following these old, just like they were just trying to fit this old mindset into what was trying to work today, and let's try to stick in the gimmick, you know? And it's like, dude, like, you just got to let some of this shit go. And like you said, Jim Ryan's been playing the fucking game way too long, and he just needs to be out of here after this whole thing. And we know that's where he's heading. And
he's out of there.
He's out of there. So
he didn't get that deal blocked. He's done. They're not keeping him around.
So it's just, you know, it's just annoying to see that. And they don't know how to actually handle like Perry said, no future proofing to kind of stand their ground. And where do you go from here after the situation? How do you come out of this and try to flip the script, so to speak, and try to give some kind of, like, you know, I don't think the Slim's going to do it. I don't think trying to just, you know, put that out there. It's like, we got to focus on, you know, a lot more shit than that. Than just, you know, sale numbers and stuff like that. Like, that's fine, but
I can't wait till they put that. This Slim is coming out is only going to be digital.
Yeah,
with an attachable disk drive that you have to pay for separately. I want to see this shit, because for years we've been hearing from all these fucking Sony guys, physical, Xbox sucks because they're digital. Hey, motherfucker, now you're digital. What are you going to do about it? I want to see the internet go, oh my god, this is the greatest thing that ever happened.
They will.
Yeah,
of course they will. Remember Xbox One all digital? Oh, the sad edition.
Yeah.
But then a year later, the PS5 fucking comes out digital. Oh, it's the right time right now. A year? Get out of here. It's the future, man.
I mean,
Who
we
cares
sold
when
out
it
of
came
the.
out? They're showing you the future, and you guys ain't syncing
Yeah,
with it.
we sold out of the sad editions when I worked at Best Buy. People were buying them then with
After
you know,
they got review bombed for the first month, I went back and looked at that Black Friday where they were $149 a piece.
yeah. Oh, dude,
5-star fucking reviews on Best Buy.
we got rid of them so quickly. I remember that for $1.50, man. I think that's why Kyle has one, because Kyle has an Xbox like digital edition,
Right.
and he brings it over with LAN parties. It's perfect. It works. It's digital, and he got it when he was at Best Buy back then.
That's
just
the
like,
whole thing. Everyone shits all over this stuff because no one wants change. It's like, guys, I'm on fucking 4K movies now from VHS. Okay? Do you think I like change? No, but this is what happens. The industry moves forward. People need
TVs and
to understand
technology
this
move
stuff.
forward.
You're
Yeah,
going to be
every year
buying
there's new
games on
TVs.
fucking PlayStation, Xbox Digital, whether you like it or not. And it's probably going to be more money because you assholes are running on Twitter saying, I'll pay $100 for Last of Us fucking 3. And they're like, yeah, okay, $100. Well, our digital console's out now. So you got to buy Last of Us 3 for $100 fucking on a digital console.
You have no choice.
So let's see when this happens. Bravo to the fucking Sony guys on Twitter. Yeah, get those prices all the way up, baby, so that nobody can fucking buy them.
Yeah,
and then you don't have a physical disc that's a fucking penny for them to print out to stick up your ass.
Say, if you want your Last of Us Part 3 disc and your separate disc drive, you're gonna have to pay, motherfuckers. Now you got to deal with it.
Oh, and don't curse on Sony because they'll ban your account, and then you gotta buy the game all over again digital on your new PlayStation because they banned the whole console too. They banned your account, your console, and whatever the fuck else you want.
Anything you bought on that account.
It costs you like $1,800 just to play through the game. Because the microphone's always on, so if you curse, it's gonna ban you if you get mad while you're playing. Like that's
man.
All these motherfuckers, America, right? Well, let's buy the Japanese product.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. Why don't you stick with America, right? Get the fuck out of here, stupid people. Thoughts on drive-in theaters? I've never been to one. One day I'll go.
I love drive-in theaters. They're awesome. They're still around. There's still a decent amount that are around. I love the Mahoning drive-ins, the one I always talk about and go to. It's about 3 hours away from me in Jersey. Probably around the same from you guys.
They are probably the best alternative to the movie theaters in this climate because of the whole picnic.
You can bring your own food in your own car.
Yeah, you bring your own food. You can camp out if you decide to camp. The ones that do camping, Mahoning does camping, so that's probably more unique.
Camp out, lay down, then the cars will back in you and run over and kill you.
Yeah. Well, they make sure you set them up elsewhere, but you gotta make sure no one.
And you gotta put your tent right in front of somebody else so they can't see the movie.
Yes. Yeah, there was a guy that I told the story on the stream when me and my friend saw Predator on 35 millimeter. There was a guy in front of us in the car, but like his foot was on the fucking brake. So like I'm trying to see the screen and I just see a fucking brake light. Like I actually had to go up to his car and I didn't know if he was going to be spanking it to Arnie. Like I didn't know what was going to happen. And I was, but thankfully he wasn't doing anything weird. And I was like, yeah, dude, you got to take your fucking foot off the brake. I mean, I didn't say that, but I was like, you got to take your foot off the brake. Like I can't see. And he did that, but yeah, I thought that was funny.
He thought his car was gonna roll into the screen.
I don't know what, you don't want to go into somebody's like car or like go up to somebody's window. You don't know what the fuck's going on in there. I didn't know what I was he was just by himself, but I think his foot was just on the brake. And I'm like, dude, I can't see anything. Like it's a jungle scene, which is mostly the movie, and I can't fucking see, what's going on. So yeah, but that's beside the point. I do like drive-ins though. So there you go. That's a sidebar about drive-ins.
Get ready for that digital PlayStation.
Get ready for the digital PlayStation, and if you want that Last of Us Part 3,
and you could thank the wave of technology for that.
And what Perry's saying is that it's not just like, it's of course wrong when Xbox tries to do it, but then of course like when PlayStation does it, everyone's gonna praise it.
And when Nintendo was doing it, and they still do it, they did it with Metroid recently. They did it 10 years ago with the Wii U with Wind Waker. Remember?
Oh yeah.
You could buy the game digital 2 weeks before the physical release.
Oh yes, I remember.
Or you could buy the console that came with the digital code 2 weeks before release, which is
They
what I
didn't
did.
give it to you physical.
I had to buy it because I wanted to play it 2 weeks early. I bought the digital code off of eBay because I got a little bit cheaper from somebody that bought the console and they were parting it out. But they did that recently with Metroid. It was a month. They say, "Yeah, it'll be in stores next week." It took a month for them to get it in stores.
Yeah.
That's okay, right? Oh, and by the way, the Switch has fucking offline. You have to check in once a week with the Switch. Kind of like Xbox One was gonna do, but we didn't get pushback on the Switch. That's right. You have to you have to log in once a week. You know that, right? On the Switch. In order to use the Switch Online stuff, like the old games and stuff. You still have to do that.
Checking if this can be played. And then it's like, oh yeah,
yes,
you're good.
If you don't do that for 7 days and you're offline, it will not let you play the game.
Yep.
Unless you hack it, then you're chilling.
Unless you hack it, and then you're good. But
yeah,
I like how Xbox did all that stuff first, and they were the villains. But everyone else does it. It's like, yeah, that's cool. They're not Xbox.
It's because it's just when people aren't used to it or they're afraid of this idea.
If PlayStation
of, like,
fucking did it day one, people are like, oh my god, it's the greatest feature. I love checking in. Well, who's never online? Well, that's true. Who's never online? We're online right now.
Yeah.
When we sign off this podcast, we're online.
Yeah.
Your fucking phone's online. Everything's online.
I love checking in.
I'll pay to check in. And Sony will be like, oh, okay, you'll pay to check in? Here's $50 every time you want to check in.
They'll sell hotspots so you can check in on the go.
They'll charge you for updates. Like,
I'll pay for updates. Oh, okay, here's the Last of Us update. It's $65. Oh, okay, I'll pay it.
Imagine if they chart, like, you know, you gotta.
Dude, how are you such a fucking fanboy that you're telling the company directly that you'll pay more money? And then when they raise the price, you're like, I'll pay for that quality. It's like, shut up.
They really think that the devs
go to buy a car at the car dealership, and they'll be like, there's a sticker price. I'll pay twice the sticker price.
Just give me it.
Just give me the car.
I mean, like, the stupid. The guy would be like, I don't even know if I can do that.
I will take the money and fucking quit because he already made his quota for the month. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man.
People so what do you guys think they're? What do you guys think they're actually?
Never tell these fucking companies you'll pay more money for shit. You are a fucking idiot if you do that.
Look at graphics cards.
Because you fucking guys told Sony to raise the price, and they raised the price. Now all the companies are set. Zelda's $70 fucking now.
For the exact same thing.
Because they saw the Sony guys do it, and now they're doing
it. They're doing it on that machine that can't run.
They're doing it on a fucking game that's worth $10.
It can't run on the fucking machine. Like, I don't get
That's what I'm saying. But because everyone's told Sony, we'll pay more money, Sony said, okay. They raised their prices. And then Nintendo's like, we have a better game than fucking Horizon Forbidden fucking West. We'll charge $70 for Zelda.
Because they know they can fucking get it because they're assholes.
And they did it.
You called it too with the graphics cards. You were like, yo, they're going to start charging you because look at, they're seeing these people.
And it happened. It literally happened.
It happened. If you want the 4090, it's $1,500 fucking dollars because they saw you paying $1,500 for the cards during the whole picnic bullshit.
So we all have to suffer now.
And everyone ran out and bought them because they were stuck home.
Yep. Could you imagine, you know how you got to pay for like a new version of Windows? Imagine if Sony's like, oh, you got to pay for a new version of...
Imagine if people wrote the fucking emails to Microsoft saying, yeah, we'll pay $50,000 for Windows. You think Windows is going to be like, Microsoft's going to be like, yeah, we're going to keep this for free. They're going to be like, wow, we got about, 100,000 people saying they'll pay $50,000 for Windows. I think we should raise the price of Windows.
Yeah.
My dad took his 2016 Ram that has 30,000 in the dealership, buy one of those expensive for 90,000, and sell his truck for $25,000. Just an example. He mentioned today it was like, hell no. Yeah, you're not getting anything for that car. You could sell that car privately and probably get half the money for the new one. You don't want to trade any cars in right now, and you don't want to buy a car right now. Just wait.
No, God, no. That's why I'm fixing up an old car because I'm like, damn, I'm not buying nothing.
Yeah, it's insane.
Speaking of updates, by the way, this isn't really news, but Steam is no longer going to support Windows 7 and 8. So
I remember
Carrie's
that.
going to have to upgrade to 10 and 11.
He's on 10, and he thinks it's the greatest one ever made, but he won't get 11.
Oh, okay, so
you know who's on Windows 7? Is it somebody in the chat room on Windows 7? I'm not even kidding.
Oh, then maybe this is relevant. I didn't think anybody still was, but
who's on Windows 7?
If you're on 7 or 8, you're not going to be able to use
Steam. Yeah, why is Steam just going to close like that on Windows 7?
They don't want us.
Windows 8.
I don't know how it could be that hard to support those operating systems, but I guess it is. They just don't want to do it.
He only uses his truck for business. That's why the miles are so low. That's good. Yeah, man. That's even if I want to play legacy titles. Well, I'll give you a little hint here. You can run Windows 11 on any fucking computer, like even a computer from
my PCS.
Right, but I have okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I had a Pentium D or God, what was the name of this one? Was it a Pentium D? I don't know what it was. It's a Dell Inspiron 560 or 650. That computer's from like 2009. I put Windows 11 on it. No issues.
Yeah, it's definitely not taxing on the hardware.
Fine. Runs great. I did all the updates. It's 22H2 on it. No issues. I don't run smooth. I put an SSD in there and that's it. Now, it's not for like gaming or anything, but Windows 11 is pretty much universal if you know how to get it to install on the old machines, which is a little file that you put on there and that's it.
Yeah, I have it on my
so you can get it.
old computer inside.
You could just update your old machines to Windows 11 and you can still use Steam. If you want to play like legacy titles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But see what I mean? Everything's moving forward.
At some point, you just have no choice.
Who is on Windows 7? Somebody we know is on Windows 7.
I wonder what will happen, though. Do you have any Windows 7 computers? I wonder, like, if you open it, if it'll just not, like, what's going to happen?
They explained why, because apparently they're using whatever's in Chrome.
Okay.
And the new Chrome plugin extensions don't work in 7 and 8.
Oh, so it just
Which is weird, because 8's just an extension of 10. Or 10's just an extension of Windows 8. So I don't know what's going on.
That is weird.
You know people are going to find ways around it.
Which I don't understand why. It's easy enough to upgrade to 10 and 11.
I think Windows 7 was probably the best Windows operating system ever created.
It was the peak for sure.
Yeah.
I like 11 though. I'm getting used to it. There are little quirks with it, but
11 I don't like. I like 11, but like you said, there's little quirks. Mainly the scroll wheel. Yeah. Not every app works with the scroll wheel anymore. I'm like, why?
And I hate when I'm resizing a window and that thing comes up on the top and it's like, oh, put it on these desktop
Or you go to drag a file and it just sticks to the fucking mouse. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, stuff like that. It's annoying.
It is broken in some aspects, but it's still good.
It's fast, though.
It's faster. It's refined. I don't have any issues besides those little quirks. Yeah,
so whoever's on 7 in here, if somebody in here is still on 7.
Somebody told me that they were on 7. I don't remember who it was.
I don't know anybody on 7 anymore.
Well, anyway. But that's the industry moving forward, everybody.
Yeah.
Windows 10 or nothing.
You have no choice. You gotta upgrade. But it's the same thing with everything. Like, even if you really like tapes, at some point you had to move to DVDs. They don't make new movies on tapes. It's just the way it is. Like, you can't stop it.
I know, but
and they give you a long ass time to upgrade. It's not like they're forcing. Like they made tapes forever, even after DVDs, and then finally they were like,
"Yeah, we got web TV again." You do use web TV. It's called whatever box you have right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, my computer's plugged into the TV. It's web TV.
Yeah.
The DVD. I'm sorry, the DVD because this guy wrote DVDs. The encyclopedias were replaced by Wikipedia and the internet. Do you have a fucking shelf full of encyclopedias like in the 80s and 90s? No one's got that shit anymore because you type in.
I remember them.
And that was the biggest. It wasn't really a scam because, like, you know, some kids would need those for school.
You had to buy all the volumes.
But it was like a huge infomercial at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, you can buy your kids all these encyclopedias.
It was expensive.
And then that went to Encarta. Microsoft Encarta.
Yep.
It was an encyclopedia on a fucking disc like this big.
I remember.
Okay? Encarta. That whole shelf, you clear that shit out and throw that stuff away.
Encarta 95.
Right. Went from Encarta 95 to the internet. And that was it. No one buys encyclopedias anymore. It's very rare that somebody would.
That's so funny. I haven't thought about that in years, but yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Everything refines. We don't have floppy drives anymore. We have USB sticks now. USB stick replaced the floppy drive. We don't have CD drives anymore. Some people do. I have them on certain computers of mine, but not all my computers anymore because now you use the portable SSDs.
Yep.
Everything refines over time. So DVDs are still being made. Yeah, they do that for old people. It's like cable TV. It's for once all the old people drop dead, there's not going to be cable anymore. Cable companies are going to focus on just the internet. The future.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if anything else happened while we were.
I got to drink water from screaming and yelling all day.
Ubisoft dropped out of E3 as well.
That's okay. Ubisoft's dropping out of Ubisoft, so
they're about to drop
out of themselves. Yeah,
I'm hearing this E3 is dead again, but E3 died fucking 20 years ago for like 5 years, and
well, I have a question for you guys. When do you think Sony's going to bite and just announce the Slim?
I think in
now
June.
that it's already
Days
being
of play,
listed.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? They might as well just pop it out. It doesn't matter.
Apparently, there's a report that the Slim is imminent. So I'm assuming Days of Play.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well
then drop it in the fall, right?
But I want to see how this digital thing is going to affect everything.
Because then you'll have new Switch coming out in the fall, new PlayStation model coming out in the fall as well. So it's going to be interesting.
What Switch is coming out in the fall?
It might not come out till next spring.
I think the new.
You don't think it's coming out in the fall?
No, I think it's in the spring.
Spring, yeah.
We heard that this year is the last year that they're throwing all the Switch shit out. The original Switch. There's going to be more remakes, more hardware.
Yeah, they got to crap out a couple more remakes before they move forward.
Yeah, I think that's what they're aiming for. So it's up to you. Hey, you can.
They should have fucking put it out for the holiday, man.
Listen, you can even get a hacked OLED if you want. There's certain places you can go to get those. You're paying out the ass, but you're getting the machine hacked and ready to go.
You don't have to pay for the game.
You don't have to buy the games and shit.
Pays for it. I don't think the OLED is a big
more
enough...
than what it is now, so it's not a bad deal. What? You don't think what? What?
I don't think the OLED is a big enough upgrade to like waste your money. Well, I play on the TV a lot, so for me,
I play on the TV. I only have one OLED, and I don't even use it.
I have the one. My regular one is OLED.
I heard July is the latest for the announcement. Well, E3's in June, so why would they announce it in July?
Yeah, they'll probably announce it in June.
They're going to announce it that weekend. Anthony, a video showing all the intro cutscenes for 2 and 3 and 4 remake will be cool in comparing them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Just, I think those, especially now that we have a solid, string of games now that are all remade, It's always cool to look at things.
Kama, Assassin's Creed Massage has been delayed yet again.
Yeah, they're dire financial straits right now. Like I was reading all about it.
Ubisoft won't be around. I don't think that game is coming out.
Yeah, they're in very bad shape.
Let me ask you something, Frank.
What?
How come Far Cry New Dawn was $5.99 on Xbox like a month ago on sale? How come it's $39.99 on sale right now?
Because they have no idea. How did that? It's the same thing with Assassin's Creed. It was $20 like for months, and now all of a sudden they don't know how
Yeah,
to.
sell that game for $6. Oh, a month later, yeah, $40 on sale.
They're the worst at sales. Ubisoft, absolutely the worst.
You can't tell me they're not going under.
No, they're. I was just reading about it. They got no money, and I don't think they're gonna. I don't even think they're gonna try to sell as a whole. I think that if they go under, they're gonna just part out the stuff because nobody's gonna buy the
It's
company.
not worth
It's dead.
anything. The IP
And this
isn't worth
next
money.
game started out as an expansion to Valhalla and became its own game. So you already know that they're going to start, cutting corners, and it's going to be a shit game to go off out,
Who bought Tomb Raider again? Tencent?
Oh, Amazon, right?
Amazon.
Embracer Group.
Oh, right. Now, what I did hear too is
I'm worried
that,
about Tomb Raider.
Or Embracer Group bought it and sold it to Amazon.
Because
Yeah,
if you
they-
play that last Tomb Raider game, you're just like, how do they top this?
I wouldn't mind if Embracer bought some of the Ubisoft IPs. But, I mean, look. Ubisoft fucking sucks, man. I like the Rayman games, and
Yeah, me too.
that's pretty much it.
Now they are trying to do this. They have their Ubisoft service, which is $15 a month. So why would you buy that? Nobody's doing it. So allegedly, they might be trying to work it into Game Pass, like EA Play.
Yeah, but we've been hearing it for like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, now I've been hearing like rumblings again that if they're not doing that, it's still coming to Xbox, but you're going to have to pay for it, which no one's going to do. So their last ditch effort to save it would be added to the service. But
After
'cause then they'll
Microsoft
get
gets
money.
the ABK thing wrapped up, they should just buy some of the Ubisoft IPs.
Well, if they just
But I
pay
heard
them for the
Ubisoft.
thing-
What happened was the original guy, the original family, is trying to buy the company back, and that's why everything's snagged it right now. But then I don't know what the hell's going on because the prices are fluctuating on sale. It's like, what are you doing?
they canceled
Why was
like
Far
every.
Cry fucking $20, and then a month later on sale it's $49 again? There's something wrong. It's a huge disconnect.
Yeah, and the prices always fluctuate like that. Like Watch Dogs, when it came to Steam, was $12. Then it was like $60. It's like they don't know what they're doing. But I know they canceled almost all their stuff. They delayed stuff. Like they're only working on like 1 or 2 games right now. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I know they need
I don't
money.
think that Mirage game's coming out.
No, I don't think so either. I think they're gonna whatever happens, say they get bought or they whatever, they're gonna just make a new Assassin's Creed. They're not gonna make that one that was announced, I don't
How
think.
about you just not make any more Assassin's Creed and work on other fucking franchises? You know what I mean? I'm so tired of Far Cry and Assassin's Creed.
They relied on that as their bread and butter and it failed. That's
All right,
the thing.
well, make a different game. Make a game that actually competes with Call of Duty or something. You know what I mean?
Make Rayman.
Yeah.
Rayman's
good.
good.
Rayman.
Yeah, I mean, they could.
Enough of the Rabbids bullshit.
No, they need to go back to the other Rayman.
We do have to see another Tomb Raider, though.
Yeah, there's a Tomb Raider in the works right now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that, but
Far Cry 76.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens to these IPs. Not that we really care about them anymore because I'm sick of them too, but I want to see where they end up. So, I mean, if
Prince of Persia, well, there was a Prince of Persia remake at Ubisoft and they fucking canceled it.
right,
They delayed it. But we haven't heard
indefinitely.
anything in 2 years, so that shit's canceled.
If I was them and I was
As far as I'm
Microsoft,
concerned.
I would go into the service to get the money. Then Microsoft doesn't have to buy them, so they don't have to worry about that. And Ubisoft will get money to survive, and then they could figure it out later. But who knows what they're gonna do? But I'll
I
keep
would
you guys
hope
posted
Microsoft
if I hear
buys them
about
and
that.
just fucking kills the IPs. Bring only the good ones back. They need family games. Microsoft Rayman would be a good family game to keep around.
Yeah, and especially if they're doing mobile, Rayman has a bunch of mobile games already. So
Right, so that would be
do that
nice. But the other Assassin's Creed, man, like use it in the catalog. Don't make any more of those.
no, just put them on Game
They're
Pass.
fucking,
And
how many times could you make those games?
even Far Cry got stale, which I never thought I would see. It's stale. It's like they rested on that. That was their only thing to make money in
Yeah,
it.
Watch Dogs was never really a franchise that took off, and it seemed
No.
like every attempt at that game,
Yeah.
it just got worse and worse as time went on.
They put too much money into that for it to fail. There's 3 of them.
Yeah,
They're
and they all
all like
suck.
mediocre.
There's nothing
Yeah.
great about those games at all. People
No.
only bought Watch Dogs 1 because GTA wasn't on PlayStation 4 yet and
Right.
Xbox.
And it was mediocre.
It was like the closest you could get to GTA on the newer consoles at that time. And then the minute they announced GTA was coming to PS4 and Xbox One, Watch Dogs, everyone traded that shit in.
Watch Dogs 2 sucks, and then Legion is fun for like an hour, and then it's just crap. So that's what happened with that.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Deal of the day, there's a $93 wall charger on sale for $27. Why was it $93?
I don't know.
Best Buy. Do you guys have any idea why?
It's overpriced.
It's a literal wall charger with USB-C and USB in it.
Well, what's the wattage?
112 watt.
Well, there's your answer.
That's insanely big, but it still seems expensive. Anyway, yeah, deal of the day kind of sucks.
Anything else? Any other stories you got?
No, that was pretty much it.
Ubisoft knows they create beautiful worlds, but the games are just stale. The problem is those games are too open world. Those games need to be reined in a little bit. They're just boring.
Yeah.
After a while, they're just boring. It's the same shit.
Well, it's like the formula, like for Far Cry. There's like 5 different things you can do, and it's the same thing every time. It's like, oh, take over a base, do this, do that, and it just repeats and repeats and repeats. And they, like you said, they make the world so big that you got to just keep doing it. And I don't know, they just mess it up. And then the one Far Cry 6, the world is not interesting. It's not like the other ones where there was like elephants and cool stuff. It's like the world sucks. It's just like it fell flat.
I know. Any questions in the chat room? I don't think there's anything else. You want to check for like breaking news or anything on Twitter and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, I'll check Wario.
There's no variety in the missions. Well, there you go.
Also, I don't know if I mentioned this last week or whatever. They're remaking the first Witcher game for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but they are.
Well, we heard about that a while ago. Like about a month ago, they said they were
Oh,
going to
okay,
remake it.
maybe we can talk about it then. EA is restructuring, laying off 6% of workforce. Great.
We've heard your concerns, Naughty Dog.
We began development in-house as far as The Last of Us on PC. We wanted PC players to experience an amazing story truly lasts the test of time while maintaining equal high-quality I came across both PC and PlayStation. Last of Us Part 1. I hate that they call it Part 1.
I know.
Marks the first time in the entry. Last of Us has been available on PC with PC-specific quality of life. VSync frame... our second modern PC release after Uncharted is important the studio consider. Naughty Dog shouldn't get a pass for the state of The Last of Us on PC.
I love this reply on Twitter to your point.
What?
It's saying the guy was like, he retweeted the photo when they delayed it, and it said, "We want you to jump in to experience it in the best shape possible." And the dude said, best shape possible, right? Like, that's what he said. It's like, yeah, like, you fucking did that, and you still get people to think.
There's a misconception going around that Iron Galaxy is responsible for the port, but Naughty Dog themselves said it was in-house.
Well, then they suck.
I blame everybody involved. They shouldn't have hired these fucking people to do it anyway. What?
He showed the picture of Joel.
How does my Joel?
What do you do?
He showed the picture of Joel.
Oh, on his phone. That looks actually really bad.
Oh, by the way, for anybody listening, if you have PS5, and you don't have Sackboy, it's going to be free this month, and it's an excellent game. Definitely download
There's
that.
also free costumes for Sackboy on all
Yeah, there's
PC and PlayStation.
they're like different colors. I added them to my thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
these
a
people are
really
pissed.
good game that's underrated.
12 hours ago, Nintendo's still promoting the Splatoon Switch. It's like, guys, you just announced the fucking Zelda one yesterday. 12 hours ago, you're promoting the other one?
That I think the Zelda one still in stock? It was earlier. It was on Amazon
It's
and
inside. Nobody wants that shit. It
no,
looks like dog shit.
it does. It
I
looks
only have a
horrible.
pre-order for a customer if he wants it. He's gonna let me know.
Yeah.
But I'm not going nuts for it. Like, that's why I
No.
had you guys pre-order it, and that was it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't want it, we're canceling all that shit.
Last of Us Part 1 on Steam. 3.9, mostly negative.
You want to read some of those negative comments before we go?
Might as well.
Go to
I mean,
steampowered.com, Frank.
Okay.
Microsoft filed a patent for Xbox touchscreen for accessing saved loadouts and social media. You can also display how the player is performing in game. I thought those patents were for that the other remote, from that other company.
Oh, we saw that controller a while ago. Let's see. Hey Sony, I know how to fix this port. Step 1, fire Iron Galaxy, whatever clowns decide to use them to develop this. Tell Nixes, who you already own, to drop everything they're doing and fix this hot garbage. It's mind-boggling they screwed this up so bad. 3080 Ti and 12th gen i7 with NVMe SSD, by the way.
holy shit.
This guy just wrote, still building shaders.
Oh my god.
I got a job, got married, had kids, got divorced, died, and came back to life by the time the shaders were done downloading. All of this to realize the game runs like crap. This game also eats your VRAM for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Please not buy until the game is better optimized.
The Crash
Yep.
of Us. I like this
The
one.
crash, yeah, I saw that earlier.
30 minutes starting the game, 30 minutes adjusting the settings, 30 minutes actual playing, 4 game crashes, and 1 PC crash.
There's so many reviews. There's 13,000 reviews.
Yeah, these are funny.
Another shoddy port by Iron Galaxy, Batman Arkham Knight, and UC Collection fame. With awful HW utilization, more CPU bound, and RTS games. Stuttery mouse camera movements, same issue as the UC Collection. Lack of screen dirt effects setting toggle, and general lack of optimization. Just remember, Sony hired the most infamous PC porting team to handle their 2 biggest IPs, despite owning Nixus,
Yeah, Nixus is the company they bought.
the most famous
talked about
PC
that.
porting team.
They did
This is-
what was the first game that came out that they released on PC? The God of War thing, I think.
Someone
Got
said I wanted this to be
All
good.
of their
but
good
sure.
PC releases were from Nixes.
Yeah.
The bad ones, I don't know where the fuck they're coming from, but
Why wouldn't you have Iron Galaxy do like Returnal that nobody cares about, and then have your good guys do the one that people are gonna play?
Someone said that they had to fix an issue with bad compression library that was bundled with the game, and they had to fix it. Like,
This guy wrote, the optimization is even worse than my will to live.
oh my!
Jeez. So he said Crash Simulator.
I like the one dude's just like awesome. Now release part 2. It's like no, you can't just do that and act like
yeah, but
You're
we want to
playing
see
the-
how part 2 is going to be like.
Oh, this is
Shitty
amazing.
graphics.
Another great game ruined by bad optimization. What a shame. I feel like someone smacked me in the head with a golf club.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
some guy said. To say this game runs poorly is an understatement. I waited 10 years to play this, and know that my PC can run almost any other game this unplayable. And he says it takes 20 minutes to load before it plays. Compiling shaders takes it a long time, and once it's running, the video does not match the audio, and the character speaks. It takes 5 to 9 seconds.
What? Jeez.
I should fucking jump on that when we're done.
This guy wrote, "I have a juiced PC and this game runs like butt cheeks."
Actually, I can't fucking jump on it because it takes 2 hours to load the shaders.
I was gonna say you would have to do it
They're all
before a
right.
stream. You'd have to do it tonight and then set it up for tomorrow.
Yeah, or I could put it on the other computer. I have to put it on the streamer, not on
The
this.
The
last-
loading of us. The last of the shaders.
The last pre-order somebody wrote.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Naughty Dog added a really cool Crash Bandicoot Easter egg. Every time you try to play the game, you experience a new crash.
So stupid.
That's kind of lame.
Waited 10 years to play this disappointing port. There's tons of them.
I like how the Sony guys are like, well, Sony did this on purpose so PC players go out and buy a PS5. We talked about that earlier, but I've been seeing that. I'm like, they're not doing that shit. Yeah, get a refund on Steam and go buy a PS5 to play a $10 game.
Why would they sabotage their own game purposely?
Because, Microsoft's going to do that to fucking Call of Duty on the console.
Here's a perfect example. I've seen multiple people as I'm scrolling through here say, I've been waiting 10 years to play this. They're not going to buy PlayStations.
If
They're
they
gonna
waited 10 years, they would have bought a 4 and
10 damn
5,
years.
right? A 3
Yeah.
and a 5? 3 and
That's what I
4,
was
5?
saying.
Huh? All of them.
Yeah. There's a
can
lot of
speak
people
tonight.
saying I waited 10 years in here, so.
Hang on, let me pull up our members so I know who is actually a member.
Another guy said I'll have to wait another 9 years. So everyone's waiting. Horrible performance. I'd rather replay it on a PS3.
At least that would boot up, I mean, it would probably take as long to load, but
I don't know.
you'll
There's
see the
billions of
see
these.
the particle. Remember the particles? You'd just be
Ugh.
you'd just be sitting there for like.
Yeah, why is YouTube not telling me who's a member? What do I
I remember. What's that?
do? You know what I do? I want to see who's a member. So I can shout them
So,
out properly.
You're at the studio, right?
Yeah.
So hold on
At
one
the
second, I'm just
dashboard on the studio.
So go to let me see here.
Go to settings. Click delete account.
Go to earn
Okay.
and then go
Memberships.
to yep.
Okay. Perfect. So I got everybody lined up here. There was a commercial for Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, we saw that
Commercial.
about a month ago.
Yeah.
They're
I like that
pushing it a lot
commercial.
on YouTube.
I thought the commercial was good. That's where Xbox lacks when it comes to promotion like that. Bruce to corner one. Don't buy the PC version of Last of Us Part 1. Consume Plagueis instead.
Yeah,
Please
you're probably
don't.
better-
Yeah, he's right. If you were gonna buy a game like that, buy Resident Evil 4 remake. Buy Dead Space remake.
Yeah, there's way better
But
games
then
to
again,
buy.
I mean, you could download no Sony PC game. I'm sorry. All Sony PC games do not have DRM. So you don't even have to fucking buy it if you don't want to. Just download that shit. I would recommend buying the game if you like it, though, because then it's always in your Steam library. You don't have to run around with a fucking ISO all the time. That's
what
why I
I
end
do.
up buying all my games eventually.
Especially when you have multiple computers or a Steam Deck or whatever, it's
Right.
like you just end up buying it.
And not every game you can crack and all that stuff. So it is what it is. No harm in waiting. Saving a
Nope.
few bucks.
Exactly.
So I want to thank the members of our channel here. Nick. Do you know how to say his last name, Anthony? Noguria?
I remember I did say it right one time, and I'd have to go back because I forget I always mess it up when I actually think I'm remembering it right.
Let's just
so
thank Nick N.
yes. So I gotta
and Liquor Sandwich for being members.
because he
of the
always
channel.
tells me, and I'm always like I'm terrible with names, man, and then I have to get it right because he's a good dude. He's a great supporter.
He's awesome.
And I don't want
So
to
is
butcher
Liquor
the name.
Sandwich. Both awesome
But
guys.
he
here.
is the one consistent again always in the chats, always gifting subs and donating, and we appreciate that, man. And I think he's been enjoying RE4 at his own pace. So hopefully, he enjoys that. And yeah, thanks to all the supporters and members.
Also, want to thank our sponsors over on Patreon: JB Zombie 89, Abo, Hockey Fan, and Captain Catch. Thank you for being
Thank
sponsors
you.
of the Game Complainers podcast over on Patreon.
Thanks a
Captain
lot,
Catch,
guy.
man, I haven't heard from this guy in a long time, but whenever he's ready, we owe him 20 guest spots on this show, probably 25 at this point. So he is the most, he's the biggest contributor to the channel so far.
Yeah.
So, and he's been paying on Patreon 2 guest hosts. And I know his time difference is different in the UK. And he's been on the show once before. But Captain Catch, if you're listening, whenever you want, man, you let me know whenever you're available and you come on this show because you got plenty of spots to fill.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's really cool. It's really good. I was gonna say cool and good, and I said cool.
It's cool.
He's good.
He's really good and cool. So there you go. There anything else? So this Zelda thing, we didn't even talk about the Zelda console. It looks like dog shit. Looks like someone blew their nose on it.
Terrible.
And
no one can make a Zelda
don't
console.
pay for it. Not for 6-year-old shit. Not even with the OLED screen. You know.
Don't buy it.
If you have an OLED TV, that will suffice. Don't get the.
Well, that's what somebody made the joke. They played the Switch on an OLED TV and said, "Look, I have a Switch OLED."
It's true.
If there was like minimal differences, I mean, even if the subtle difference, say if it load faster or something, great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's the same exact hardware.
Same thing.
They just popped a different screen in there.
Right.
It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But what's the point? If it runs like shit, that's like playing an Xbox One on like a fucking an LG C1 or C3. The C3s are coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, I hooked up my Xbox One to a C3. Great,
You're
a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It still runs like
again,
shit.
You know, they always, again, just like things evolving. It's like new TV every spring. You know, it's like every new model. It's always something new.
Yeah, because
now things are going to start pushing 8K, but like 8K, it's obviously still gimmicky right now.
Yeah, we're
because Samsung's really hot on gimmicks, so they'll jump all over that. That's why they're
3 to 5 years away from 8K being like a standard.
3 to 5, yep.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Man, 4K is just settling. You have to understand something. We had 1080p TVs 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. 4K was out, but it wasn't like prevalent at all. 4K has become prevalent in the last 5 years. And it's like, it's to the point now where you just go to Best Buy and all the TVs are on 4K. So they got to give people some time to breathe here. They're already fucking everybody over with these HDMI 2.1 ports or whatever.
That was the next thing. It's like, oh, you got 4K, but you don't got 2.1.
In a year or two, there'll be 4K 3.0 ports. You know, buy a whole new TV for one port.
Yep. That's why the one in here, I just got a cheap one because I was like, I know I'm going to have to get a new TV at some point in the next 5 years, so screw it. I have a cheap one out here.
Yeah, so. But the machines, you know, they're good. Everything's okay right now. Any other questions? I see people want shirts and not mugs first. So I will try to get shirts out. I'm going to have to get them done here. I'm not doing Teespring tonight. It's too much fucking money for everybody involved. So if I make the shirts here, that means I can sell them for less and people pay less. You want to go to Teespring, go ahead. You're going to get robbed. And I'm going to get robbed.
$30 for a t-shirt.
I barely make anything off of.
Well, because Frank,
I appreciate people that buy merch. You know what I mean? I'm sure even people like Dreadpool feel the same way. Like, we appreciate it, but like, barely make shit.
Well, because Frank,
and it rips the customer off too. Sorry.
They charge customers $30 for a shirt, and then Anthony would only get like $6-7 for the shirt.
Yeah, my brother-in-law has one, and that's how it is. He gets like $5 or $6 for a $30 shirt.
So you got to like move like a lot of units just to make any kind of profit. You know
I
what I
could
mean?
get the
And
shirts
then
for fucking $3.
they take a while to ship too. By the
I
way,
can have them printed out. She could probably do it with the stuff that she's got. And then I put them in a bag. I put them in a padded envelope, and I can sell a shirt for like $15-20.
Which is reasonable.
And yeah,
15,
I'm
20
still
bucks
getting like
is
$5,
reasonable.
but the other person's not getting ripped off that extra $10. You know.
Even if you sold a t-shirt for 20, that's totally reasonable and cheaper than everyone else. So
Well, it is
You
now because all those other shirts are too expensive.
yeah, I mean it's literally $30 for a shirt.
It's ridiculous.
So and
That's
then the
why
guy
I stayed
makes
away
$5.
from merch. I tried to do the Teespring thing. Just setting up that website's a fucking pain in the ass. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
It's like, yeah, you could do these categories, you could do these sizes, but then you can add this category. Oh, but you can add that category, but then we have these other mugs. And then it's like, well, which mug do you like? It's like, what the fuck is going on? Why can't I just say, I want a shirt and I want a mug?
Right.
The site is insane. So shout out to people that can get that shit done, because I
You
can't.
got to have the right size image, or the quality won't be good.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a nightmare, man.
It's ridiculous.
It's a nightmare.
But we'll get it out. Well, if you want to buy merch on Teespring, go to Dreadpool store. Go to Anthony's store. They got great merch over there. I got some of Dreadpool's stuff. At this point, you might as well just hand the guy the cash. And be like, yeah, just mail me a shirt whenever you get one.
Yeah, man, it's crazy though what some of the sites do. You know,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. There needs to be a competitor to them.
it's annoying.
To them that would be cheaper and more affordable.
And they're right in with with YouTube, so that's why a lot of people do it because it's easy.
Right.
But it's like then you got to deal with that. So it's like you pay for it technically. You pay for all of it.
So I heard that with YouTube Premium, they're giving 3 months of Game Pass for free, and they're giving 3 months of some other shit for free.
Hmm.
So I think you should look into that, Anthony. You get free perks with that, allegedly. I don't have it, but that's what they're saying.
Free perkies.
All right, we're out of here. I want
All
to thank
right.
you guys for watching. I want to thank the
Thanks a
super
lot.
chats from the Alchemist RWK.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Have a good one. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Resident Evil 4
Play
remake.
some more Resident Evil, yeah.
And have fun. We'll catch you later.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
What a bunch of suckers. All right, I'm out of here. Everyone take care. Stay safe. Have a good one.